her. All right. I'll continue her. She did call in saying she was sick and she's been doing really well, so I'm going to give her more time.
Mr. Hall.
Okay. And did I already call you?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go back to it then. I'll continue Elizabeth Hoffman Howard for a week to May 24th. At her request. And then Charles Hall, I think maybe is appearing by teleconference. Okay. All right, I'm going to unmute you, sir. Just hold on, hold on. All right, Mr. Hall, Charles R.
Yes.
Hall Jr.
Yes, ma'am.
You're there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your cases are 24-118.
Yes.
And
I'm not
hold, sir. Hold on. Wait till I ask you to say something. Just hold on.
All right.
23-596 is your other case. All right, you're supposed to be at OBP. I did get a text from them. Let me check and see if it's about your case. They did not say anything about your case. I had a report from April where you had been at OVP Recovery Center and
Yes.
completed and you were scheduled to do follow-up with Mahajan in Ironton.
Yes. I'm there right now.
Oh, okay, you're at Mahajan, that's where you're at right now?
Yeah, I did a group yesterday. Then I had to go back out of town for work.
Okay. Where are you working?
I'm doing construction for a company. I make $12 an hour, and I work from daylight to dark after. So I never had time to do my community service because I just got my job 8 days ago, and my dad just died like 9 days ago. So I've been like real bad grieving on that. And remember I told you there was hospice coming in?
Okay.
Yeah, he just passed away. And when I got my job, I was going to see if you could work with me on my community service.
Yeah,
if I can do it.
I'll give you more time. Are you living in Ironton?
No. I'm living in Ironton, but I'm out of town all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'll work with you. I need some proof that you're working. I don't want you to lose a job if you got a job.
Yeah, I will get you proof that, boss.
I'll work with you about getting your community service done, so.
Okay.
Do you know, when are you gonna be out of town now?
I'll be out of town. I'll be back in town Monday. Then I will fax you something saying that I'm working. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to set you another hearing, and we'll go a month out, roughly.
Okay. When I get back, I'll be able to send a money order or something. I'll fly too. You hear me?
That'll be fine. Yes, I hear you.
No, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to set it for June the 14th.
Okay.
June the 14th is going to be your next hearing. Write that down. You got something to write with?
Yeah. Oh, I got pen here on the bed.
All right.
June what?
14, 1-4, June 14th.
Okay.
That's a Friday
June 14th.
at 9 a.m. This will be your next hearing.
All right. It might be on telecom. Is that fine?
If you're doing something, then I will. If you're not doing anything, then you need to show up in person.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Okay, June 14th, 9 o'clock is your next hearing.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Charles Johnson II, 21-1257, has been called, has not appeared, has not done much on his case, so he gets a warrant for failure here.
Roderick Keith Lewis, Shannon L. Lewis, James McClellan, Sheena Scarberry, John Smith, David Woodyard Jr., David Wynn.
Roderick Keith Lewis.
Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Lewis since he was absent. He forgot he had court. I don't know if you want to set him another date for next week.
Is he doing anything on his case?
He's doing what he's supposed to do. He did complete, he's gained independent living and he is enrolled in outpatient with us.
Okay. And you're in communication with him?
Yes, sir.
I'll continue it for a week to the 24th.
Okay.
May 24th at 9 o'clock. That's case number 213039. Continue to next Friday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Shannon Lewis, 23427.
Yeah, that's right, Shannon.
Yes. All right, and Shannon Lewis is here.
Yep.
And it's a good, very good report. You still have fines and community service to do.
I turned in the 60 hours community service for at the pantry.
When did you turn that in?
It's been a while back, but I think Major said that I had an old community service and I went toward that. I didn't even
Okay.
know.
I'm not showing anything credited toward this file.
Your Honor, I explained to him that any old cases, it goes towards it first on the fines and the mandatory community service before it goes to the new.
Okay,
We'll figure out what his totals are and take care of it.
all right. Okay, I'm going to go into July because June's already getting pretty filled up. July 1st will be your next review.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. 9 o'clock, July 1st.
All right, thank you.
See you, bud.
James McClellan.
Yes, sir.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Okay, thank you.
Less than a word copies.
21,682, 18,1168, and 16,3521. They've been there a little over a month now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you ordered there by a court, or are you doing it on your own, or why did you decide to go to Shawnee?
I'm ordered by court.
Okay. Well, I'll work with you because I think obviously your sobriety is very important.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll set you also for July 1st as your.
All right, thanks.
July 1st, 9 o'clock. Sheena Scarberry.
Yes. $10,899, $13,463, $12,091, and $11,638. He has some fines and costs owed and community service. You have something? I have money to pay all my fines.
How much?
I have 20 for today. I get paid next week. Also, Your Honor, I have moved back in with my sister in Huntington, so I take the bus back and forth to work. but I am trying to set it up to be able to come over here and get some of that community service done.
Okay, you can work here any day but a holiday, Monday through Friday, or Monday through Saturday at 7:30. Actually, Sundays, if you can get to Ironton, if you want to work on a Sunday, you can work at the dog pound, but you got to make an appointment to do that. You
Okay.
can't just show up. But probably for you, the best thing is just come here
Yeah.
anytime, Monday through Saturday. All right, so you're paying 20 today.
Yes.
All right, July 1st will be your next hearing,
All right, thank you.
9 o'clock. See the clerk, make your payment.
Okay, thank you.
John Smith, 16,429. Everything's done, but, well, you just have to pay the fine.
Yeah.
Are you making a payment today?
No, I can't today.
Okay, well, you need to get out here and do community service then.
Yeah, I only did one day, but hopefully I'll have it all done before I come.
Because you can.
Come back.
I'll let you work this off, you
Yeah.
know, if you can't pay.
Oh, yeah, I did one day
You
already.
get $50 a day credit.
All right.
And what I just said applies, Monday through Saturday, any day you can work at 7:30.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to set you then for a hearing on June 14th. Expect to see something done there. If you work it all off, you don't have to come back.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. David Woodyard.
Your Honor, David is currently a client with us. He recently completed detox services and is now enrolled in our youth program.
So is that inpatient then?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I think I think he had a warrant, didn't he? Do you have an outstanding warrant, David Woodyard?
When I ran the docket off yonder, it did not come up as a warrant. It was just set for a review hearing today.
Okay. No warrant? Okay.
I believe we might have known he was going to prison, Your Honor, may have set it out until after his sentence was
All right.
completed.
Thank you. All right, July 1st, then will be his next hearing, July 1st, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. David Wynn. David Wynn,
He just came through the door, Your Honor, he's on his way.
2648. All right, my last entry on this was there had been a motion for stay of execution on sentence pending an appeal. And I said it to appear today, to see if an appeal was filed. If no appeal was filed, then the sentence would be imposed. And if there was an appeal filed, make a decision as to when we would come back. Oh, okay, so I take it from this that you didn't, there wasn't an appeal filed.
Well, it wasn't from lack of trying. I never heard from my lawyer for whatever reason. I called 10 times, left different messages, went down there in person twice, and they never responded. So at that point, I was like, you know what? I decided to go ahead and do it. I did get a new position with another company, so started on the 7th of March. So the only thing I wasn't able to complete was the 3-day schooling because I'm in like a 90-day probationary period. But after June the 7th, my plan of action is to go ahead and get that completed, and then I'll have everything done.
Okay, you did pay your fines, and he has some proof of community service. He'll turn that into Mr. Major, and he'll verify that. You do have to do a 3-day school. There's one starting here in Lawrence County June 1st, but you can go to any one that's approved by the state. There's actually ones that are cheaper than the one here in Lawrence County.
Oh, okay.
But Chillicothe, I know, is a couple $100. You know, what is it worth it to drive to Chillicothe for $200?
Right.
So,
Yeah, I saw there's one in Ironton that's in the hotel or something.
that's the one that started. It's just starting up. June 1st is going to be the first day. We had one for several years, and then it went out, and then we gone maybe a year without a program, but we got one started back. But you can go to this, and it's going to be approved by the state. So you can go to any program that's approved by the state of Ohio. It doesn't have to be the one here in Lawrence County.
Okay.
You got to get that filed as part of your order. So you've done most of what you need to do. So I'm going to go into July to give you a chance to get everything else completed.
Okay.
Let's make it July 21st.
Sounds good.
July 21st, if you have everything completed, verify that with your probation officer, you don't have to come back.
Okay, so get it done, and then I just talk to the probation officer and I don't come back?
Correct.
Okay, that sounds great.
9 o'clock, July 21st. Yeah, July 21st, 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, that finishes the reviews. We're going to start arraignments next. So an arraignment hearing is what we call the first hearing on a new charge. The purpose of an arraignment is to tell you what the charges are, explain what the possible penalties are, and if it's a misdemeanor, take a plea from you. The plea you enter is your answer to the charge. You plead not guilty, guilty, or no contest. Not guilty is always the safest plea you can enter. It preserves the rights you have as a defendant. If you enter guilty or no contest, you're waiving your rights. So I always say, if you don't know what to do, you should enter a not guilty plea. Or if you want a trial or you want to talk to a lawyer, enter a not guilty plea. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney. You have a right to have an attorney appointed if you're facing a jailable offense and you qualify financially. You can get a court-appointed attorney. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are the rights you're giving up if you enter a guilty plea. So if you are unsure what to do, do not enter a guilty plea when called. If you are charged with a felony, I'm not allowed to ask you for a plea at the first hearing, so I won't even ask for a plea. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Brandon Morgan, case number TRC 24-973.
Now.
He's injured. Brandon Morgan is case number 24-973. Are you Brandon Morgan?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morgan, it's alleged on May 12th at 2:11 a.m. in Perry Township, you were driving a vehicle while being under the influence of alcohol, and the state's alleging that you took a breath test and tested 12 on the breath test. The state's also alleging this would be your first conviction. So on a first offense, the maximum penalty you face is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. That's the most the court can impose if you're found guilty. Most cases don't have minimums, but this is one of the few charges that also has a minimum. There's a minimum penalty. The least you can get if you're found guilty is 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. The test score of 12 is over what's called the per se level under Ohio law. The per se level is 0 to 8, so we'll just call it 8. States still let you test at 12. In order to get a presumption that you're impaired, they have to show compliance with the rules for giving the test. They have to calibrate the machine properly. There's some things they have to do as far as administering the test. They have to show those things before a presumption attaches that you were impaired by testing 12.
Yes, sir.
You understand all that?
Yes, I have some paper.
Okay, we're not ready for it yet. You're also charged with speeding. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. States allows you to driving 73 in a 55 zone.
Yes, sir.
So you've got those two charges. Do you understand the two charges?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand the rights I explained the defendants have?
Yes, sir.
Any questions before you enter a plea?
No, sir.
How do you plead to these charges?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting the charges are true. By doing that, you waive your rights to have a trial, to have a lawyer, and to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to accept your guilty plea. I'm going to read into the record what the officer said as far as an explanation of what occurred. And then if you want to give me an explanation or statement, or you have something you want me to look at, then I'll look at it.
Okay.
But this is a pretty lengthy report, so I'm going to read it all into the record, and then you can respond to it if you wish. You don't have to say anything if you don't
Yes,
want
sir.
to. The officer says, on May 12th, I was on patrol traveling east on US 52 near milepost 20. I observed a vehicle going west at what I estimated to be 70 miles an hour. The speed limit in that zone was 55 miles an hour. I activated my radar antenna, checked the vehicle speed, and it again worked its way to the right side of the lane, coming close to driving on the dash dividing line, and worked its way back to center. I made a traffic stop, and the vehicle came to stop on the shoulder of the highway. I made a driver's side approach to the vehicle, came into contact with the driver, who was Brandon Morgan, and gives your date of birth, and there was also a front seat passenger. I took note of Mr. Morgan having watery, bloodshot eyes. Also could see, based on his length of his cigarette, that he had just lit it. He told me that he has driven to a bar to retrieve some cards of his. I asked him to have his driver's license, and he replied both. His speech was thick. He articulated TH in the word both. When I asked if there was a reason for his speed, he told me he was unaware of how fast he was going and that he had a heavy foot. I asked him to put out his cigarette, and which he did. He continued to retrieve various documents. I could detect a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage from the vehicle. I asked him for his registration, which he provided. Continued to look for other documents. I asked him how much he had consumed. He said, I've had a few, I'm not going to lie. He then went back to discussing registration and said, everything else is in my name. His speech was slurred at that point, and the words else and is sound like the same word. I asked him how long it had been since he had his last drink, and he said it had been about 45 to 60 minutes. I had him step out of the vehicle, asked him if I was going to ask him some things to ensure he was safe to drive. I gave him horizontal gaze and nystagmus. I asked him some preliminary questions. And he said, I'm not going to lie, I've had a few drinks, but I'm good, I promise. But I'll do all the tests you want, just to prove that I'm good to drive. He stated that he was nervous, because he got pulled over for going too fast, and that he consumed alcohol. During my preliminary questioning, he told me that he was an alcoholic and that he had had at least some liquor in him. He also told me that he takes medication for alcoholism. I further questioned him, and he said he consumed 2 Smirnoff ice drinks. He then told me that his pastor had a license and they should have let her drive. He also said that he did use corrective lenses, but he could track the stimulus while doing the horizontal gaze and nystagmus test. Tells me he has epilepsy and takes medication for it, and some other medications. He says he considers himself to be in good physical health overall, and he had no history of head injuries. He also struggles some with comprehension when talking to someone. Asking if he understood everything I had said that evening, indicated that the only thing he had not were tests. I asked him, had we discussed those, and we had not discussed those yet, so I was asking if he understood everything I said up to that point, and he said he did. I could still smell the strong odor of alcohol coming from his breath. Provided him instructions for doing the horizontal case of the nystagmus test. I observed 6 clues for alcohol during the test. Lack of smooth pursuit in each eye, distinct and sustained nystagmus at maximum deviation in each eye, and onset of nystagmus prior to 45 degrees in each eye. I gave him walk and turn test, explained the instructions, told me he understood what was asked, moved his feet prior to starting. He also took several steps that were not heel to toe. He stopped on 9, walking down the line, looked at me, asked me what I'd like for him to do. I asked him if he remembered what my instructions were, and he indicated he did. Again, asked if he wanted to take more steps, and he said no. Mr. Morgan then proceeded to take several more steps down the line. Mr. Morgan made an improper turn by removing his front foot from the ground, picking it up to turn around. He then took several steps that were not heel to toe. I observed 4 validated clues of impairment during that test. Gave him 1 leg stand test. Said he understood. And he swayed during the test. I gave him a portable breath test, and he tested 139 on that. He was placed under arrest for ODI. Questioned his passenger, and she was determined not to be impaired and was allowed to drive the vehicle from the scene. He was taken to the patrol post and given a form to agree to take breath testing, which he agreed to take and tested 124 actually. Was charged with ODI and speed, released to the custody of his passenger. Okay, it's a long statement. Anything that you wish to say, or you had some documents you wanted me to look at?
Yeah, I got some papers. You know what? I got my self-help, put on medication, and I get drug tested every week for alcohol, and the medication I take for the alcohol is on the paper too.
And your age is what?
25.
This is at King's Daughter. Okay, so you're taking naltrexone.
Yes.
All right, I'd like to have a copy of this placed in the file. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No, sir.
All right, and Mr. Lambert's the prosecuting attorney. Do you have anything? He pled guilty to a offense of the test score of 12 and a speeding offense of 73 and a 55.
It just appears he was cooperative. I don't have any record of any priors. We would have no objection to the court doing the standard minimum sentencing on this plea.
All right, anything else, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sentence you. I'll give you, are you working or what's your status there?
I'm doing Spark delivery, but I can get ready to get my job back at Gaddy Lane within a few days.
Okay, what do you do there?
I make the pizzas, but I think maybe they're gonna put me in dish or put me back on making pizzas. I don't know yet. I wouldn't know within a few days.
All right, you do have proof of insurance.
Yes.
And you're a Kentucky resident, I take it from your address?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you, the minimum fine is $375. I'll give you the minimum fine, $375. I'll order you to pay the court costs, that's $125.
Okay.
I'm going to suspend your license for 6 months.
Is that for in Kentucky too?
It will be effective in Kentucky. The Ohio DMV will notify the Kentucky, whatever they call it, like DMV, and they'll suspend it.
Okay.
I'll give you a permit to drive since you have insurance for work, to come to community service. Is there anything else that you need driving purposes for?
No. Well, I do take my kid back and forth to school, but I can put him on the bus.
Good idea.
No.
You know what I'm gonna say. I rode the school bus every day until I was old enough to drive myself. I was lucky enough to have a car, my parents provided, but I rode the school bus every day, and all my friends rode the school bus every day, and there was only one kid, this mom took him to school every day, Keith Zimmerman. I think he's not watching by YouTube, and we all made fun of him. Now, 80% of the kids, mommy or daddy drop them off at school. And it's a lot, you can't even get to the school. There's so many kids being dropped off. What's wrong with riding the school bus? It's a good experience. It's good. It's kind of nice to have your kid be doing something independent, to learn how to be independent, not have mom and dad hovering over them 24/7. Okay.
I also haven't consumed
So
any
it's
alcohol.
good that your kid can ride the school bus, I agree.
I haven't consumed any alcohol within 6 days of the arrest, and I go to AA meetings at the clinic that I go to, and I have an alcohol therapist that I talk to.
Okay, well, that's all good and that, but here's some things I have to do. You have to go to a driver intervention program or I have to put you in jail. So you're gonna have to go to a 3-day school. I'm assuming you don't wanna go to jail.
No.
You don't wanna go to jail.
No.
Let's put it that way. You don't wanna go to jail.
No.
You'd rather go to the 3-day school. I have to do that under Ohio law. And they're gonna assess you for substance use issues. And you're gonna tell them, yes, I'm an alcoholic, and yes, I'm taking medication for it. Okay, so you talk to them about that, and I'm gonna make a part of your sentences that you continue with your treatment for alcoholism, okay? But you can still have to do the 3-day school. And I've talked about it briefly before. We've been about a year without a program here in Lawrence County. We have one just starting back next month. Hometown Recovery. Lawrence County, I always switch those. Lawrence County Recovery. So there's somebody here that can talk to you about that program. You don't have to go to that one. You can go to any program that's approved by the state of Ohio. There's one in Scioto County. There's one cheaper in Chillicothe. The one in Scioto County, I think, is the same price as the one here in Lawrence County. There's a cheaper one in Chillicothe, and the big cities have multiple programs. So if you want to scope out one, go to the one other than the one here, you can. You just have to make sure they file the paperwork with the court showing you completed. Otherwise, I got to give you jail. That's what the legislature tells me.
Oh no, I'll definitely do the classes. If I get a paper showing where it's at and stuff, I'll definitely go to it.
And you're going to have a review hearing, and when you come back, I want to see that you did that. Plus, I want to see proof that you're continuing with your treatment with King. Is King Starter where you're going to do your treatment for
Yes,
your alcohol?
I go there every week. I get drug tested for alcohol there too.
Is it just alcohol? You haven't had other issues?
No.
Okay. Well, that's unusual for somebody your age. So, your review hearing is November 15th, and you're going to have 30 hours of community service to do too. And we've got a community service program here at the court where you can get your hours in. So, the permit will be for community service. I think I already said that too. On the speed offense, I'll impose a $50 fine.
15?
50.
50.
50. Okay, you're, the lady from Lawrence County Recovery is going to talk to you, so you can decide if you want to sign up for their 3-day school. You got to do one. And Mr. Majors, your probation officer, he's out in the lobby at security, so go talk to him. After that, you're free to go. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, that's
Thank
all.
you.
Just for Roadcap.
The story is not really
Roadcap.
what happened. So Phil's, I'm not making this up. But he's got a horse head. Right? So I don't know which one to read this. He's got copies because he's already got felonies out there that didn't let him do
State of Ohio versus Matthew Campbell, case number TRC 24918, A and B.
I'm gonna try to keep it here. And if she completes treatment, there's no problems or here. But just know he's got work.
All right, sir, are you Matthew Campbell? Yes, sir. You don't have, you can say if you're with her. That's fine.
Let me see.
Mr. Campbell, have you received a copy of the charges?
Citation, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. You received that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it states alleging that on May the 8th of this year at 11:05 a.m. in Union Township, you were driving a vehicle, a motorcycle, it looks like. Well, there's something wrong here. Oh.
April 3rd, Your Honor.
This says, the citation says May the 8th.
That's when I received it. I believe the police saw, I went to the ICU. This is why I'm in a wheelchair. I didn't get to see the officer and make my statement until after I was out of the hospital.
It's a CCS violation.
Well, the crash report that's followed with it, Mr. Lambert, does say the crash was on April 3rd, but the citation alleges May the 8th. So I don't know if that's an error. And there's no, it's a TRC case number, but I don't, there's no charge. The only charge I see is for driving under an ODI suspension and left the center. I don't know if that's correct. Why don't we do this? Why don't we let the state look it over and see if there needs to be some amendments made
Yeah,
to this?
I don't have it yet, so we'll give it.
All right, sir. We'll let the prosecutor look this over and see if they need to make some corrections, and then we'll come back after they've done that. So we'll just go back. We'll recall you later in the docket.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's Matthew Campbell, his name.
State of Ohio versus Aaron Mullins, case number CRB 24220.
Sir, are you Aaron Mullins?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Mullins, it's alleged that on April the 9th of 2024, in Union Township, you not only caused Bradley Maines to believe you caused physical harm to his personal property. So you've been charged with menacing. It's a 4th-degree misdemeanor. Carries a maximum penalty of 30 days in jail and a $250 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
Did you receive a copy of the charge?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to this charge?
Not really sure because
If you're not sure,
some
I'll enter a not guilty plea.
well, some of what is in that report is true, but some is not. I did not touch his vehicle. I'd got a phone call that day from my niece.
Let me stop you there and remind you that everything you say is on the record. It could be used against you. And this is not the trial, so you can't stand there today and say, well, X, Y, and Z happened, and I go, you know, you're right, I'm just going to throw this out. That's not the way this works. This is just the arraignment today. So while it can be used against you later, what you're saying, it's not going to make the charges go away. So if
Well, I
you
guess
don't know what to
guilty,
do,
then.
remember what I said? at the
Yeah, not
beginning,
guilty.
You should enter a not guilty plea.
Not guilty.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes.
Are you working?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I am a general contractor.
So you, for yourself, you work for yourself then?
Yes.
I have to determine your gross annual income. Do you file an income tax return?
I haven't yet. I've been working and had a lot of other things going on too as well.
How long have you had your contracting business?
Well, it's not mine. I'm an independent contractor. I work with another company, but he gives me a 1099 every year.
Okay, well, what's this other company that you work for pay you? That's what I have to determine.
Now it's $18 an hour.
Are you working full-time?
Yes, sir.
Do you have dependents? Do you have people that are dependent on you for your income?
Yes.
Tell me about that. Do you have children?
I have 2 stepsons, yes.
Okay. Are they in your household?
On the weekends.
Okay, well, they're not dependent on you. Anybody else that you have that's dependent on you for income?
My old lady.
I assume that's your wife?
My girlfriend, sorry.
Girlfriend?
Yeah, my girlfriend.
How old is she? Is she really that old?
No, it's...
Isn't that kind of disrespectful to call her your old lady?
No, it's just a country term.
Are you north of Scotttown?
No, I'm
South of
actually...
Scott- If you're south of Scotttown, you're not allowed to use that. If you're north of Scotttown-
Oh, okay then. Sorry about that.
If you're south of Scotttown, you can't use that term.
No, I'm actually from right here on Charlie Creek, actually.
Okay. Politically incorrect. Okay, I'll get you're making about $37,000 a year. Is that right?
No, I wish. I wish. Usually
Do you
from
not
like...
work all the time? Or?
No, because usually around Christmas to about March, maybe April, what I do, it kind of bottoms out.
Okay.
I sand and refinish hardwood floors for a living.
All right. I'll provisionally go ahead and appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. You'll have to fill out a sworn statement as to your income to verify it. And if you're below $30,000, then I'll appoint counsel for you, Mr. Stratton.
Yes, sir.
I'm entering a not guilty plea, 4th-degree misdemeanor, so we got to go pretty quick unless there's a time waiver.
Your Honor, we have no problem waiving time at this
Okay.
moment, so.
Well, then we're probably looking in June. We are looking in June. The 14th?
14 sounds good.
June 14th will be the next hearing. It will be a pretrial at 10 o'clock. And he can sign a $1,000 OR bond.
Should we sign right there?
Table five,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Amanda
You're welcome.
M. Thompson, case number CRA 20-880, CRB 20-881, CRB 2649, CRB 1962.
All right. And ma'am, are you Amanda Thompson?
Yes, sir.
We've got some old cases here. And it looks like Mr. Stratton was your attorney on one of them, on 2 of them, it looks like. 1962 is the oldest, and it looks like on it, you had missed a hearing back in November of 20. And a warrant's been outstanding since then. And that was on a theft offense.
Actually, I came to court, but I was actually in the courtroom, but I had a fever, so they sent me home, told me that my lawyer would call me and let me know when to come back, and he didn't, and I didn't call either, and that's why I missed my next court date, which was in December, I think, because I didn't know about it.
Then you still have pending case number 2649. It's never been resolved. That was a theft offense from Walmart from August, it allegedly happened August 10th of 2020. And Mr. Stratton was your attorney on that. That was the one in December. You were supposed to come back, didn't, and you have a warrant outstanding on it. And then there's also 2880, 2080, 881. That was possession of, 881 was possession of drugs. And the 880.
It was actually a position, it was a trazodone, I was actually prescribed it, I just didn't have it in my prescription
Hold on a
bottle.
minute. 2880 was carrying concealed weapon, an F4. And looks like that you were never arraigned on that, so I have nothing that you ever appeared on these charges or were ever arraigned.
They're supposed to be misdemeanors.
Hold on. Don't start barking out
Sorry.
stuff like the last guy.
Sorry.
Just remember.
My bad.
Everything here is being recorded. Even now, the images, we're videoing this, so there's no getting out of it if you admit
No, I
something. So it's better just to remain silent and answer my questions. Did you come in on your own, or did you find out there was a
Yes,
warrant?
sir. Yeah, I found out.
Okay. Well, I don't think you've been arraigned on these new, well, relatively new, in the sense that you've never been before the court on them before. You haven't been arraigned, and one of them is a felony, so that's serious business. Well, they're both serious, but one is like the type of case you could go to prison over, so super serious. That's case number 2880, and it's alleged in that on November 2nd of 2020, you knowingly were carrying or had concealed on your person, ready at hand, a deadly weapon, and that's a felony of the 4th degree. Maximum penalty for that's 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. Then there's also the same time and place, possession of dangerous drug, and it was alleged that you were knowingly in possession of trazodone without a prescription. That's a 1st degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Did you ever get a copy of these charges?
No, and I did go to court. It was continued or something like that.
Okay. The clerk's going to bring you a copy of those 2 charges I just told you about. So why are you here now after all these years? Why did you decide to come into court?
I just didn't want to have a warrant anymore, but see, that's just not exactly, everything is,
Okay.
I came to court.
That was the end of my question, so you don't need to say any more, because it's going into stuff I didn't ask you about. So I'm going to...
You want me to go make copies for her? Or
No,
just give her
I
these?
have extra
Okay,
copies,
there
I'll
you
just
go.
give her those. Okay, so are you working?
I'm disabled.
Okay, so you have no income?
No, I do have income.
Just Social Security?
Yeah.
That's your own income?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to appoint Mr. Stratton, who was your attorney on the previous cases, and he obviously is here. He's out in the lobby talking with somebody else. I'm going to appoint him to represent you. Did he come in on your, okay, Mr. Stratton, this is Amanda Thompson. She has a possession of drugs misdemeanor variety and a felony possession of a concealed weapon charge.
Okay.
She never got arraigned on. You were representing her on some other misdemeanor matters that it's alleged she missed a hearing for back in 2020. She did decide to come in on her own, so I'm going to trust that she'll come back with a signature bond. So,
Okay.
what's your current address now?
It's 15 Private Drive, 2564 West, Apartment A, South Point, Ohio.
Give me that again. 15 Private Drive, what?
2564 West, Apartment A, sorry, South Point, Ohio.
So you're not far away. Okay, so I'm going to let you sign a $5,000 signature bond.
Yes, right there.
I'm appointing Mr. Stratton to represent you. I'll cancel the warrant. You're just lucky you didn't have police contact for the last few years, because you would have went to jail. Police contact, there would have been a warrant for you. When do you want to come back for the next hearing, Mr. Stratton?
Your Honor, you do have the felony, but we'll waive any time restraints on the preliminaries.
Okay.
At the court's convenience.
Well, we're pretty busy until June, actually.
Yeah.
Even then. The 3rd.
June 3rd?
June 3rd.
Yes, that'll work.
Okay, your next hearing is going to be June 3rd at 10 o'clock. And the only reason I'm not putting you in jail or making you post the actual bond is because you came in on your own. So I'm going to trust you're going to come back. If you don't, then the next time I'll have to keep you in jail or put a pretty high bond on you to secure your appearance. So just come back to court when you're supposed to, and you won't have to post any money. You're signing a promise that you will come in at $5,000. June 3rd is your next hearing at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Sonny Steele, case number CRB 24288.
Sir, you're Sonny Steele?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Steele, it's alleged that in Mason Township, May the 14th, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to property of Ethan Taylor. So the charge against you is criminal damaging. It's a second-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 90 days in jail, $750 fine. Do you understand this charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, sir.
No income?
Just SSI.
Okay, I'll appoint Mr. Morford. Not guilty plea is entered for Mr. Steele. He has a bond up, so his bond's continued that he posted. June 7th.
That's good. I believe that's good here, Judge.
June 7th will be the next hearing for pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thanks, sir.
State of Ohio versus Andy Lee Chapman, case number CRB 24289, PRC 24970, A, B, and C.
Sir, are you Andy L. Chapman Jr.?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Chapman. Also case number PRC 2497, 970. In that case, it's alleged on May the 13th at 8:48 p.m. in the village of Proctorville, you were operating a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol and took a breath test and tested 12 on the breath test. The per se level is 8. The Ohio law, to get a presumption of impairment, the state has to show compliance with the rules for giving the test. It's alleged to be your first offense on first. The maximum is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, 3-year license suspension. The minimum is 3 days in treatment, $375 fine, 6-month license suspension. You understand the possible penalties? And
yes, sir.
I understand what I explained to you about the breath test, the number.
Yes, sir.
You're also charged with having a child in the vehicle that was of an age or size to need a restraint, was not in such, that is a mandatory $100 fine if you're found guilty.
Yes, sir.
And you're also charged with driving left of center. That's a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. You're also charged with endangering children. That's case number 24289. The same time that the OVI occurred, that you had a minor child in the vehicle with you while you were under the influence. So that's a first degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. So those are the charges. Do you understand them?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to these charges?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Do you work?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
McDonald's.
Paid by the hour?
Yes, sir.
How much per hour?
$12.50.
How many hours a week?
I work like 37, like 40, but then breaks.
You have a child yourself that you support?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. I'll appoint Mr. Smith to represent you. Not guilty plea is entered. We said June 7th. June 7th will be the pre-trial. At 10 o'clock. Not guilty plea is entered. Case number, there's 24289, and then there's a TRC case number, 24 TRC 97.
There's also 24 780 TRC.
Okay, that's enough. Let me make sure of that. That's the, pull it up, I don't have it in the phone. Let's see what, let me see the computer first.
April 14th.
Hold on, Mr. Smith.
Yes, sir.
It looks like he's already been arraigned on that.
I think he's got a pending OVI trial, my notes say, Your Honor, on another case.
All right, well, let's change this up. Mr. Morford is representing, he has another OVI. So let's appoint Mr. Morford.
Yes, that makes sense.
Mr. Morford will be appointed to represent Mr. Chapman on this case, as he's representing on 780, 24 780. And where Mr. Morford was in court.
He's out there.
Mr. Morford, I'm appointing you to represent Mr. Chapman. You're representing him on another OVI that's still pending. And he's been just arraigned on, this would be a second first offense. Let's find, when was that other case set?
On the other case,
I think it's June 7th.
June 7th, Judge. 6/7, June 7th.
Actually, it looks like it was set for today.
Yeah, the 20th.
The 20th, I'm sorry.
Monday.
Let's set up, it was set for Monday, so we'll just move this one to Monday also.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll come back Monday, we'll have a pre-trial on both these.
We need to sign the bond.
You can sign a $3,000 signature bond.
Yeah.
Do that to do it.
Can you just write your name a little bit better?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you see your text?
Yes.
From me earlier?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Boy, we had a blast.
We're ready on that one, guys, when the court is.
What's the case?
Roadcap.
Roadcap? Okay,
Christopher
let's call
Roadcap.
that out of order. Mr. Morford's case with Roadcap.
But we're gonna have to change the plea.
Okay. it was set for trial.
Federal highway description conducted a Roadcap, case number CRP 2420, CRP 23646, CRC 211172, A, B, and C.
All right, this matter was on the trial docket today. Mr. Ashworth is here, special prosecutor.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ashworth, it's a long time since I've seen you in person.
Congrats
on one of these devices.
I look better in person.
Well, I always say I look better in the dark, so.
He just turned a year older yesterday.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, we had this set for trial today. We've reached an agreement. There were two charges pending. One was the violation of a protective order, and the other was aggravated menacing. Mr. Roadcap will plead guilty to the violation of a protective order under 2919-27A2, 90 days in jail, 80 suspended, credit for time served, 1 year probation, with the terms of the current order incorporated into the probation terms, and the state will dismiss the aggravated menacing charge.
Okay, give me the case number again, because I didn't catch that. What was the case number that the police were on?
2420. CRB
2420, okay, 2420. I have it.
The aggravated menacing charge, I think, has a different.
There's a 23646.
That's the violation of protective order.
20 is the ag menacing, Your Honor, I believe.
Okay.
One was filed before transfer, and I filed the second charge.
All right, so there's going to be a plea to the 2420.
Yes, Your Honor. No, the other one, I'm sorry.
It's the other one.
646.
There's going to be a plea to 23646, 2420 is going to be knowledge.
Yes.
All right, so, again, what was the recommended sentence on 23646?
90 days in jail with 80 suspended, Your Honor, credit for time served, 1 year probation with the terms of the current protective order from the Common Pleas Court incorporated into the terms of the probation. That order would terminate by its terms in June of this year, so it will extend, at least the terms would extend for another year from today.
So June of 2025.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morgan.
Judge, that's our agreement. He is entitled to, I believe, 7 days of jail time credit. And also, we've agreed that he could report to serve the 3 days he would owe you on June 6th.
Is that a court date?
I didn't even look to see.
That's a
what.
Thursday.
7th?
7th.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Roadcap, do you agree with all this?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you want to tell me before I finalize it?
Can I put a protection order on him?
I'm sorry?
Can I put a protection order on him?
Well, you can go file one, but I can't enter one against somebody that's not before the court. They're not,
No, I mean, I was just asking.
Yeah, you can discuss it with Mr. Morford. You would have to petition court to ask for a protection order yourself. You're going to be ordered to stay away from this person, and Clarence Mahan. So my suggestion, if you see Clarence Mahan coming your way, you go the other direction. And if he keeps pursuing you, you go someplace where you can call law enforcement authorities and report it.
Okay.
Don't try to handle it yourself.
Your Honor, this gentleman had an ankle monitor on, and we've had no problems with him.
I'll order it removed.
Thank you.
That'll free up another monitor for us. Okay, so now he still has a case pending, 21-1172 on review. That was an OBI. He still owes some fines and costs. He did do his community service on it. Then 2420, I'm going to nollie. He's dismissed. 23646, we'll go ahead and sentence on that. 23646. I'll impose a $200 fine. Order the cost be paid. 90 days in jail with 80 suspended, credit for 7 served. He will report for his 3 days that he owes on June the 7th at 11 a.m. here to the court.
Okay.
We'll go from here to jail. Now on review, because he's got this other case pending, I'm going to set this fairly quickly for a review. Let's make it July 1st for review on this case, and then his old case will also be set for review then. Those fines costs.
Your Honor, does the court need me to do anything with the OVI?
No. So, also put in the entry that the civil protection order terms are continued by this court until June 1st, 2025. So, in effect, the order to stay away from Mr. Mayhem through that period of time.
Your Honor, can I still do pay my fines off and everything, go on community service for the under the influence thing, or?
Yeah, I want you to pay them off, yeah.
I mean, I was just asking if I could do the community service.
Yeah, you can, if you can't pay and you want to work, we'll give you $50 a day credit.
Okay.
For whatever extra you do.
I mean, until I can get a job again.
Yeah, that'll be fine. No.
6, 7.
Let's make it, what did I say, July 1st. July 1st, every 3 days.
You need to take care of that 21 case.
Because he's got that old case.
And then your next date is July 1st at 9, not 10, 9. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ashcroft.
Thank you, sir.
Can we keep sending you stuff?
Sure.
Okay, I appreciate it, because we need help.
State of Ohio versus Melanie M. case number CRB 131147, CRB 101104, CRB 081315.
All right, ma'am, and you are Melanie M.
Yes, I am.
Have you been able to make any progress on your cases?
I paid someone today.
I do see that. All right, very good.
That's all I could do, Judge.
you're making progress.
I'm trying.
I'll set your next hearing for June 17th. June 17th, 9 o'clock.
Okey-dokey. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Larry Ferris, case number CRB 24291.
Sir, you Larry Ferris?
Yeah.
Mr. Ferris, the state's filed a charge against you alleging you were allowing dogs to run at large in Rome Township on May the 14th, that you were the owner or keeper of a dog or dogs that you allowed to run loose without confining. That's a 4th-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand your rights?
Yeah.
How do you plead to this?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yeah.
Do you have a job? Do you have any income?
Yeah, a little bit.
What's that from? Social Security?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, is Mr. Steyer in his office? I am. He is. Okay. I'll appoint Mr. Steyer to represent you. Not guilty plea is entered. It's a 4th-degree misdemeanor, so we either need a time waiver or come back to court.
Just a second, I'm controlling my calendar here for some reason. I'm here the 28th, which is Tuesday coming. Oh, is there a day of the week that works better for you? Does it matter?
Don't know.
I'm here the 28th.
All right, May 28th will be the pretrial, 10 o'clock.
I'll come out and meet you in just a minute if you want to wait for me in the lobby.
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Jeffrey C. Gardner.
Wait, I'm sorry, did we need to do a bond on this?
That's fine.
Okay, I'll meet you in the lobby.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jeffrey C. Gardner, case number PRC 2468 A and B. He's present, Your Honor.
Okay, this is set for pretrial on motion.
Correct, Your Honor. I've looked at my calendar to propose some dates.
All right, so I take it we haven't resolved anything on the pretrial?
No, Your Honor, I plan to talk to Mr. Heald and make some efforts to resolve the case.
All right, what's good dates for you?
Monday, June 3rd, Your Honor, Friday, June 14, or Monday, June 24 would be proposals.
There's already a trial set for June 3rd. What were the other days?
June 24, which is a Monday, Your Honor, or the 14th, which is a Friday.
Either the 14th or 24th works. Do you have a preference?
No, sir. Either one gives Mr. Heald time to respond if he needs to respond. So 14th is fine.
June 14th.
I think Mr. Regis has two cases, so we probably want to see if we can set them both at the same time, Your Honor.
Are they both going to be for evidence?
They are, Your Honor. I would try to avoid that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll make it noon on motion.
That's Gardner.
Yeah, sorry, 12 p.m.
No, you,
This is Gardner, yes, Gardner. 2468, case number.
thank you. I'll be in touch.
State of Ohio versus Jared R. Stover, case number TRC 24674, A, B, and C.
So the same thing on this,
Yes, Your Honor.
June 24th then for...
Yes, sir, Your Honor, thank you.
June 24th at noon for motion hearing. Excuse me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Hunter Smith, case number CRB 24158.
This is Mr. Withrow case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can we approach, Your Honor?
Yes. All right, state does not think they can prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt, so it's going to be denied.
For the record, Your Honor, we think this is one of those cases that could have been an honest mistake. Based upon that, and him having no prior record and hiring counsel, we'll null it at this time.
Be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Logan Roberts, case number TRC 231806, A and B. This is Mr. McCallum.
Mr. McCown in the courtroom.
They told me it will happen. Would you?
That was quick, thanks, Pat. I was just going to talk to my client first.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So where are we? This is set for pre-trial.
That's correct, Your Honor. He had, we'd previously agreed with the state that this would be amended to a reckless based upon the issues with the evidence in this case. He was to attend the driver intervention program. That should have been forwarded to the court. He attended. I can provide that to you if the court doesn't have a copy of it. He completed successfully April 18th to April 21st.
Okay.
And it was going to be amended down to a 2-point reckless on this. This is when there were issues, again, with the evidentiary aspects. Yes.
I think that's correct based upon my note that Mr. Hill drew. Based upon those notes, Mr. McCann's representation, we would agree.
Okay, be amended to 451120. The plea to that is what, Mr.?
No contest with stipulation finding, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Mr. Roberts?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say?
No, sir.
All right, I'll impose a $150 fine on court costs. Does he need time to pay that?
No, I can pay
it today. See the clerk? No probation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Jacob D. Hatton, case number TRC 231823, A, B, and C, CRB 23756, Mr. Scott's case.
Mr. Scott here.
Apologies, Judge, our speaker's out in the back.
Jacob Hatton?
He is here, Judge.
Why is he not in the courtroom?
He made us a
Okay, we'll go on to another case. Have a seat. Have a seat. We're going on to another case. Get your clients in the courtroom, talk to them before we call your case. Why do we have to come get you guys out of the conference room and drag you into the courtroom? I don't understand it. Call another case.
State of Ohio versus Kimberly D. Trout, case number CRB 24252.
No. Go on to another attorney. Have a seat, ma'am.
State of Ohio versus Perry Duval, case number CRB 24275.
This is Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Yes, Your Honor, I've filed for discovery. I've gotten most of it, but evidently there's some recordings that have not been produced yet, so I'd like to at least continue a week or two to get the recordings. This is a M4, so the sooner the better if that's possible.
Okay, but if you're requesting to continue.
Well, I've talked with Ms. White about it, and she said that there are recordings, but we don't have them. They don't have them in their possession yet either, so I just want a short continuance though. Hopefully we'll have it resolved at the next hearing. I don't know if it will or not.
I think we can resolve it, Your Honor. Jasmine has talked to him, there's some things he's going to give him, so.
Okay, so we,
That's fine, Your Honor.
It's fine, Your Honor.
May 24th for the next pretrial, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Chassity Sexman, case number CRA 23688, CRB 23689. Chassity Sexman.
Your Honor, I believe she's appearing via Zoom.
All right, Ms. Sexman's case set for pretrial and preliminary hearing. She has been at OBP.
Yes, I don't know if she's still actively treating with them or if she's somewhere else.
The last report I have is in March from OBP.
It's been almost a month since I've been to OBP.
And why is that?
Because I am doing treatments on my lungs right now in Kentucky.
Yeah, where are you today, ma'am?
I'm in Kentucky,
Where in Kentucky?
in Carter County. On the hill.
This is a felony matter. She's never, when she's been screened to court, she's never had a clean screen. The last one that was done here,
They screened me at OBP a month ago. I asked them to after I had biopsies done because they had put me to sleep with fentanyl. And when I was at OBP in South Point, when I left there, I still it was still in my system.
okay, I'm going to text the representative from OBP. She's not here today, but she said she'd be standing by and try to have her get us a report so we can know what's going on. I mean, this is a case that if she's not actively in treatment, it needs to go on to the grand jury and go to the common police court rather than stay here.
I did the 30-day treatment at OBP.
Well, that doesn't conclude. Okay, so we'll recall it. I'm texting her right now and asking for a report. And And ODP is the only place you've been.
Yes. Well, I've been to the one in Pennington as well.
Well, they can access, she'll be able to access if you've been anywhere in the ODP system. Tell me what you've done. So we'll recall it. So it'll be recalled later in the docket.
State of Ohio versus Shelley Clay, case number CRB 24162.
Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Yes, Judge, this is our first pretrial. There, at the arraignment, we set up a time for my client to have someone else retrieve her stuff from her aunt's residence. There's a miscommunication. Somehow she didn't retrieve it. We'd like to get a date and time on the record for her to do that. We would ask for another pretrial, either June 3rd, 7th, or 14th. I think we can get this matter resolved. I need to go through the discovery with my client, but I didn't want to call it up to get a date and time, so there's no more.
There has been an issue with getting things that I suggested as Mr. Smith, we set a time that someone comes to get it. If they don't get it, then that's the last chance as far as whatever's there. And I've made notes to Mr. Hill on our discussion about, I think,
So
a plea.
this is the lady you need to
Yes.
communicate with?
Yes.
He used to have her, and seems to be, so whenever the officers came to me, I said, Patty, you use it as an addiction, and you use this as an addiction, and she said, well, you never months to get out of here.
Next Saturday, Your Honor, a week from tomorrow, she finds someone with it.
What time?
What is it? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Week from tomorrow to get your stuff?
Yes, yes.
What's a good time, so there's no more?
Right.
Yeah, we'll say noon.
Yeah.
Noon next Saturday.
Who's she going to be sending?
Because I don't have any money.
Who do you want to send?
Well, that's why I was just talking to you about, because where he's in prison, I don't have anybody else. Can she go to her doctor down the hill?
I don't know.
I haven't seen somebody since she was my furniture in the garage. I had to pay some her daughter. I'm here with me and her stuff out there. And I don't have anybody.
Judge, it don't matter who comes and gets it. It's in the garage. The garage will be open.
Okay.
Comes and gets it.
Okay.
And that would be okay for me? That's what I'm saying.
Her pickup person is now in the penitentiary, Judge. He was one, he can't. If her daughter could be there, leave it in the garage, you'd go straight in the garage and straight out.
Right, yes, I no issues at all, I promise.
If that's acceptable.
Yeah, her daughter, that'd be.
Okay, that'd be fine, that'd be fine.
Okay, so
Thank you
got
very
that
much.
resolved. When do we come back?
Judge, I'm here either the 3rd, 7th, or 14th of June, whichever's better for the court as far as docket goes.
And he said 2 or no?
We said noon.
Noon, okay.
Straight up, noon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it so much.
She said 2 was okay if that helps.
I think noon. We don't want to do this again. We're all agreed at noon. I knew. Okay. A week from
All
tomorrow.
right, June 7th.
Yes, sir. June 7th. June 7th is your next hearing here.
At 10?
10 o'clock.
And then, one tomorrow is
Would be the 25th, 5:25 at noon is the pickup. And I'll talk to you about this.
It's almost understood if they fail to show up, we told her she can do what she wants
Oh,
to do.
Right, oh, yeah.
She will show up.
Yeah.
It was a misunderstanding before. She intends to get it.
All right.
So we're quick.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
State of Ohio versus John Scott Pfeiffer, case number CRB 24216.
What's that, June 7th? June 7th.
June 7th.
June 7th on that.
Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
It is, Judge. I have received discovery. I've done it with my client. At this time, based upon review of discovery, he will change his plea to guilty. It's a Walmart theft case.
Is that correct, Mr. Piper?
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to tell me before I sentence you?
I'm sorry, sir. It was a stupid mistake and it'll never happen again.
It's actually Speedway.
They wrote Speedway, but they amended it on the record to Walmart.
Oh, okay.
And we did the arraignment.
Oh, it wasn't marked on the complaint.
Okay, we didn't, I didn't object to the correction.
That seems to be consistent with the affidavit. Okay, $100 fine, court costs, 10 days in jail suspended, 30 hours community service, review hearing November 15th, 9 o'clock, order to stay out of Walmart, 2 years of level 5 probation. Is to check in with Mr. Major out in the lobby at the security before he leaves.
Yes, sir. Probation officer walking the door. So that fell out there. Make sure before you leave.
State of Ohio
Thank you, Judge.
versus Reginald Shearer, case number TRC 24763, A, B, C, and D.
June 17th, your next hearing. Same time, 10 o'clock.
Okay, on Sexman, I have a report that says Mr. Tyler Smith. I'll send it to you. I'm sure, Mr. Arnold, if I have your...
10 o'clock, yeah, 6.
My email or?
Text.
Text.
Let me see, hold on. Do not. Okay, what you...
What day is it? That's a good question.
It isn't here. No. Okay, it's in here. Okay, I just sent the report on Saturday.
Okay.
Is Monday better?
Monday, it's so much better. I'm off on Mondays.
We sent you an injury. I think we're going to change the date because of his day off, so.
With his work schedule, we'd ask it to be set for the 20th of June instead of the 17th. We have received discovery. I need to go over with my client. This is our first pretrial. We'll waive time.
This case or no?
Oh, it's on Shearer.
Okay.
Yes, Judge. I already put the 17th, but he just told me Mondays are better, so if we could do the 20th.
Okay. Apparently, I've already signed it.
Okay.
You signed it on the 17th, John?
Yes,
okay. I'll mark it for the 20th.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'll change it to the 20th and mark the file for June the 20th as the next pretrial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
10 o'clock.
I'll give you a call.
State of Ohio versus Ladana Walker, case number TRC 24609, A and B. Ladana Walker.
And I've checked 3 times for her. I would ask if there weren't issues, it'd be held for a week, because she has contacted my office. I don't know why she's not here today, but I have good contact info for her.
All right, she'll have a week to appear.
Okay. I will get on that right away and find out.
Ohio versus Matthew Campbell, case number TRC 24918 A and B. State of Ohio recalls Matthew Campbell.
Okay, this is the one we're letting the state check to see if they need to amend anything.
That's one on the accident.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe from the reports, 2 witnesses indicated Mr. Campbell did hit a hole in the road where the road connects with the bridge. That's what caused him to go left to center. I think he did have his motorcycle endorsement that had been suspended or was not active. If he would be no contest to the no endorsement, we would dismiss the left of center. And the reason for the time was he was in the hospital when the officer had already left the scene. The officer got there, and so he was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. So it took time to contact him before they filed the charge.
But the ticket says it happened on May the 8th. That's incorrect. It was April 3rd.
Yes, the report.
You wrote it in his file. It was April something.
Yeah, April the 3rd, I believe is what the accident report, the date of the accident report is April the 3rd.
Yes, the accident report, craft report says April 3rd.
Yeah, we would amend that to April 3rd, Your Honor.
Okay, and you're going to amend the charge, because he's not even charged with anything having to do with no motorcycle endorsement that I can see.
Okay, I saw that in the report.
Driving under suspension, he's driving with being left of center.
The under suspension is of the motorcycle endorsement, I think is what was suspended, Your Honor, is my understanding.
Charged it with the 451014, which is the
Okay.
first degree driving under an OVI suspension.
Okay, I looked at the report real quick, I must have misread it then. So if he would be no contest to that, we would dismiss the left of center.
There's a mandatory jail sentence. If he actually was under an OVI suspension, there's a 3-day jail, $250 fine. Let me look at that.
They would probably just need to let him plead and get an attorney and come back. Plead not guilty.
Looking at the printout of his driving record, there's something with drug or alcohol offense suspension from Campbell County, West Virginia, from March 13 of 2024 to September 9th of 2024. So I'd say that was the basis for that charge. Okay, so in effect, then what we're going to do is amend the date.
Yes, amend the date, Your Honor.
I'll amend the date to April 3rd at 11:05, and Mr. Campbell, so that's been amended to allege that date, Union Township, Lawrence County. You're charged with driving under an OVI suspension. That, under Ohio law, is a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine, but there's also a minimum penalty. The minimum is 3 days in jail, $250 fine if you're found guilty of driving under an OVI suspension or an alcohol. It doesn't have to be OVI, but that's what it's called in Ohio. You're also charged with a lane violation. You still want to proceed with that?
Yes, Your Honor, since we'll just keep them both pending until we get a pretrial.
All right, do you understand the charges, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
You want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
I'm not eligible, Your Honor.
Okay, you're going to hire your own?
I have to, Your Honor.
How much time you need to do that?
A week, Your Honor.
No, well, we'll give you more than that.
I've never been in a situation.
I understand. Some people say, well, I need a month, so I didn't know what you were going to say you needed to get it done. Okay, let's set it for June the 14th. June 14th will be your next hearing. It'll be a pretrial at 10 o'clock. And I'm indicating you will hire an attorney. You showed up on your own so he can sign a signature bond of $1,000. That just means you're promising to come back to court as ordered you'll have to pay $1,000 penalty if you don't show up and you get a warrant for not showing up. So just come back to court, you don't have to post any money as long as you show up. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
And you received copies of the crash report and the ticket?
Just the citation, Your Honor, I have not received the crash report.
You can get it from the clerk. That would be something your attorney would want to look at. It's in the court's file. Yeah, that's all. There you go. Check in with the clerks to the right if you want to get a copy of the crash report.
State of Ohio versus Britney V, case number TRC 24144, A or D.
It's Mr. Steyer's case, pre-trial.
Your Honor, based on discussions prior, this actually was something I worked out with Mr. Heald on the previous date, but we delayed to today to allow Ms. Balco to appear in person because she was appearing by video. The state has agreed that in exchange for a guilty plea to the OBI charge and the speed offense, that we would treat the OBI not as a refusal, allowing her to be sentenced to suspended jail time and the 3-day school community service. I'm not sure exactly what your fine on a refusal is. I know you have a standard fine on a refusal. And if the court would, and she did show financial responsibility at that time, so we would ask for limited driving privileges during the pendency of the suspension. So if the court would approve that, we would enter, well, if the court anticipates approving that, we would enter a guilty plea at this time.
All right. Is that correct, Ms. Balco?
Yes.
Your attorney represented the court? What's
Yes, Your
the
Honor.
state taking any position on it?
No, Your Honor.
So it looks like she did the field test, when she got to the post, she refused to take
The chemical, Your Honor.
test there. And she's, pretty young. Okay, I usually give a $1,000 fine for refusing to take tests. I'll make it $500, and I figure that'll be tough enough on you since you did change the plea. Okay, so save $500. Fine of $500. Court costs, 6-month license suspension. That started at the time of the offense. 20 days in jail, all suspended. 5 days community service. You do have to go to the 3-day school, or you do jail. You don't want to do jail. You'd rather go to the 3-day school. The one here starts next month, and it's at Lawrence County Recovery. There's someone here from that agency that will talk to you.
I think it's nobody in the courtroom though.
I can get her specific.
Okay, just so we can introduce you to her.
And you also need to see Mr. Major before you leave as your probation officer. Your review hearing is going to be November the 15th. You get everything done, you don't have to come back. If you haven't got it done, you got to show up for a review hearing. If you don't show up and have things left to do, you're going to get a warrant for not showing up.
Okay.
You have questions? Okay, November 15th, your next hearing, 9 a.m.
Thank you. If you have any questions, Brad, I'll be around.
State of Ohio versus Sierra Newsom, case number CRB 24112.
All right, this is Mr. Steyer's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, this matter, it's a Walmart theft charge. It involves alleged under-ringing. I have provided, by which I mean self-checkout issues. I have provided Ms. Newsom with the written discovery. She'd like to view the video, so I'm going to make an appointment with her to come to my office and see the video if we could. We could continue this one more time. I think at that point, we'll come back, we know whether we're going to either plea or set this matter for a trial. And we would waive time constraints to accommodate that. I don't know when the court's tending to set things right now.
It's gonna be in June.
Okay,
Your dates you can't do in June.
she's asking for the middle of June. I'm actually out of town from the 17th to the 24th, but I'm here on the docket already on the 10th and the 14th. Is Friday or Monday better for you? Does that matter? Fridays are better, so if we could go with the 14th. So I'll write that down, June 14th.
June 14th, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Brendan G. Rude, case number CRB 24-254, A, B, and C.
All right, we'll make an appointment. Thank you. See you later.
All right, Mr. Rude, Mr. Sauer's case, he's supposed to be an RRS.
He is, Your Honor. I have a positive report here. I'm going to show this to Mr. Lambert, and then I'll bring it forward again. I'm sorry. I could go just go
Good report.
Mr. Randy sounds silly. But not Sunday school, so. That's on top of it. Where are we seeing this? It's positive.
The report says positive results. I don't know if that means positive is doing good or positive.
Well, no, positive results on a test for a drug screen. You can see that THC in the system. Positive 14%.
For THC, I did read it.
May I bring this forward?
Yes. I thought my initial was that he was going to go to inpatient treatment.
I am inpatient, sir.
Oh, you are inpatient?
Yes, sir. I'm in the Solida house, or Solida.
Yeah. Well, it says intensive outpatient with supportive housing, so maybe that's a difference.
I'm not sure there's been any mental health
Yeah.
evaluations. We was requesting
Have you gotten a
that
mental
they
health?
include a mental health evaluation.
And he's had a mental health evaluation through PATH,
Okay.
as well. They're not, is there anyone from RRS here today?
Yeah, what did you need after calling?
Okay, probably, I think kind of some of our confusion is just the fact that Bobby's not here today. I think he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I would ask if, and our plan on this was basically to follow it for a little while and see how he does. His grandmother isn't technically the victim on this, but it sort of arose out of an incident that involved his grandmother, who contacted me and was very emphatic that she wanted him to get treatment. I've spoken to him. He says he's interested in treatment. He's willing to go forward with it. I would ask if we just set this out a couple weeks, and then maybe we can regroup and get a little better idea where things are once on the day that Bobby can be here. Mr. Gwynn.
He was actually here this morning and we'll have to go to
Yeah, I think he came and dropped off the reports and then had to take off. Can you also, next time you're at PATH, are you doing treatment with them or do they just? Okay.
Yeah.
So next time you're at PATH, if you could execute a release for them to give the court reports.
about May 28th.
I believe I'm actually on the docket that day. Let me make certain of that, though. I'm on the docket already, so that day would be perfect, Your Honor.
I spoke with Bobby, he's from residential treatment, he tested positive initially for THC, but his levels are decreasing, he says he's doing better treatment.
Okay.
10 o'clock.
You
May
think that's
28th
long,
will be the next hearing.
long enough, Your Honor, to see how he's doing? Or
That's a Tuesday, make sure you mark
I'm sorry.
that.
I said that's only less than 2 weeks. Do we want to kick it out longer to see how he's doing in treatment, or?
We can, if you're satisfied with that report.
Based upon the verbal report there, it makes me feel better about it. So. Get her here then, too, okay?
Grandma.
And then we'll have her here.
I'm available any court date in June up through the 14th, and then I'm gonna be gone until the 28th.
June 14th.
Okay, so change that. 10 o'clock.
State of
So.
Ohio versus Bobby Watts, case number CRA 24268, GRC 171808.
Yeah, you're good. Thank you.
Bobby Watts is Mr. Stiles' case.
What did we set the preacher on that last one?
June 14th.
I believe when I looked earlier, Mr. Watts had not checked in. I don't see normally I got line of sight to Mr. Major, who can kind of nod or shake his head, but he's not there in the line right now, so.
Okay, he was,
Oh, I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, that was an extradition, and he's not on the jail list. I apologize.
okay, so he's been picked up.
Okay.
Now, he does have an old OVI, so there should be a warrant on this. No, I said it was July 1st, though.
Yeah,
July 1st for review, but the 24268 is dismissed because he's been picked up by Kentucky.
Right. Apologies, Your Honor, I got confused.
Easy to do.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I just want to let you know that Mr. Watts has been picked up by Kentucky.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're ready to go to the jail if you want to start. Well, we got a bunch of people there.
State of Ohio versus Jesse Bentley, case number TRD 212464, and John Ball is on deck.
Jesse Bentley.
Well, there's no address or anything in there yet.
I have Mr. Morford as the attorney. This is an old case. The allegation is he left treatment and he's had a warrant outstanding for about a year.
Because I didn't have his power. That explains it.
All right, sir, you're Jesse Bentley. You is case number 21-2464, 1837, 73. It's alleged that you left treatment and then missed a hearing in this court back in June the 9th of 23. And there's been a warrant outstanding since then.
May I ask you where he was in treatment?
The last place I had was Hometown Recovery.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this had been set for pretrial review. So how do you want to proceed, Mr. Bentley?
I couldn't hear you on that last part.
Well, you have cases pending and you were in treatment, and then you failed to show up for a hearing. How do you want to proceed with the case? Do you need to talk to your lawyer? How do you want to go forward?
Yes, I need to talk to my lawyer.
All right, I'll recall after you talk with Mr. Morford.
Sir.
Thank you, Judge. You're welcome. That one can't.
State of Ohio versus John M. Boggs, case number CRA 18274, CRD 18597 A and B, CRA 1640, and CRB 1691, excuse me, 41. Dakota Craft is on deck.
All right, Mr. Boggs, we got some old cases. 07185 was a driving under suspension. It's alleged you missed a review hearing September 29th of 2014. You got CRB 1691 that you were never arraigned on. That was a theft from David Maynard. It's alleged on December the 7th, 2016, in Union Township, you purposely deprived David Maynard of property being a chainsaw. It's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. 18274, 18597, 18274, you never were arraigned on. It alleges that on January the 9th, 2018, without the right to do so, you obtained the identification information of a David Boggs and represented yourself as him. That's a felony of the 5th degree, maximum penalty, a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Case number 18597, TRD, alleges that you were driving a vehicle with a suspended license. That's a unclassified misdemeanor, maximum penalty 500 hours community service, $1,000 fine. That you failed to display plates, that's a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. And the identity fraud, if I didn't say this, is alleged to be a felony 5. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. 1640 also has never been arraigned. There's a theft offense alleging that January 3rd, 2016, you purposely deprived Nikki Stark of property, being a Kawasaki dirt bike and tools. It's a felony theft, maximum penalty 1 year in jail, $2,500 fine. Okay. Do you understand these charges, Mr. Boggs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you hired a lawyer?
No. I need to negotiate a property home equity loan on my home to finance a legal expense.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you have any income coming in?
Yes, I'm a retired chief no worker, sir.
Okay. Well, what's the state's position on bond?
Your Honor, based upon all these charges and failure to appear, we either no bond or a very high bond, one or two.
Okay. Were you served with some of these?
No, sir, this is the first I've heard of any of this.
How did you come in contact with the police to cause you to get arrested?
I came home on vacation and someone had stolen some items from my house in Huntington. I called the Huntington Police Department to make the report, and that's when they used my driver's license to run my driver's license or whatever, and,
Found
they
it.
came up, and, they took me to jail.
When did that happen? How long you been sitting in Western Regional Jail?
14 days, Your Honor. I was in Campbell, the first 2 days I was in Campbell Huntington Hospital because the Western Regional would not accept me for a high blood pressure and heart condition.
Okay.
This is,
How high does it have to be? That's what our sheriff needs to find out what that limit is, so maybe we can keep some people out of jail that way.
I would really like to go home.
Can you post the bond then?
I could post the bond, if I can get to get a home equity line of credit on my home.
You have no cash at all?
Could probably round up some cash, right, I'm not sure exactly how much.
Okay. Well, under the circumstances, I mean, the state's asking for a high bond, but I'm going to believe you that you didn't even know about these charges. I'm going to set it at $2,500. So probably $250 gets you out of jail. Can you come up with that?
Yes, sir, no problem.
We're going to have a bail bondsman contact you, and then and the thing is, you're just going to go back to Huntington, right?
Actually, my sister, her primary care computer, my mom who has Alzheimer's, lives
In Huntington.
Yes, I live in Huntington.
Okay. Because Mr. Sowers, you're not going to Brazil or anything like that?
No, absolutely not.
Because he would go to Brazil for $2,500. I mean, Huntington's nothing for him to come pick you up if you don't show up for court. So you just gotta come to court and it won't be a problem. But I'll set your bond at $2,500, cash or surety. I'll let the bail bondsman know that you want to talk with him about posting bond.
Sir, I'm getting some feedback into the headphones. I'm not hearing very well.
Okay, I'm texting the bail bondsman right now. Can you hear that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm telling him what your bond is.
I'm trying to see if my sister's in court with you there today.
Is there any family here for him?
I don't see her in court.
Nobody's raising their hand. Okay, I'll set, see, when did you come to Lawrence County? When did you get into our jail?
Last night. Last night, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to set your next hearing for May 20th. Do you know where the court is in Chesapeake?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's where you got to come on May the 20th for some hearings, hopefully with an attorney. If you don't have an attorney, you still have to show up. You said you wanted to hire your own, right? You don't want to be your own.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm going to hire my own and mount a rigorous defense on this.
Okay. You are welcome to do so.
Very good.
Your next hearing is May 20th. That's a Monday at 10 o'clock.
Very good.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Mr. Sowers, I just texted you about that gentleman.
Okay,
He wants to postpone.
all right.
25.
I will call the jail.
State of Ohio versus Dakota A. Kraft, case number CRB 22130 and CRB 2320. James DeMint is on deck.
This arraignment.
Dakota Kraft is in jail. He was discharged back in March from Bethesda. And a warrant was issued for failure to appear for a review hearing March the 18th on two cases, 22-130 and 23-20. It was a theft and a falsification. All right, so Mr. Kraft, do you admit or deny that you failed to appear for your review hearing? Do you have an explanation for not appearing?
At the time, my family moved, my mother-in-law, and my kids were in New Falls, Ohio, and I was up there for a while. And whenever I came back, I just, honestly, God did not call or try to schedule for another court hearing.
So how long you been in jail now?
2 days now.
Okay, you've been in since Wednesday, it looks like.
Yes, sir.
Where are you living?
I have been staying with my mother on and off. Unless I'm working, which I say if I can do my stepdad, that will give you reservations on houses.
What happened to cause you to get arrested?
I was getting a ride from my aunt's house back to the job site we were working at Hensley, so I picked up horses. And the guy that was driving was speeding over the limit, and we got pulled over, they were in the lane, and that's what I was warning them.
Okay. You were ordered to complete treatment. You didn't do that. Do you want to complete treatment or stay in jail?
Honestly, since I moved, I actually would like to prefer treatment, sir.
Bethesda will take you back. Is that where you want to go? You were there for quite a while.
A lot. If there's any possibility, can I try new routes? I have no problem with this, it's just I would like to try a different program, possibly see to learn anything different.
Okay, there's nobody here from Mended Breeze. We could try to get in touch with them. I don't know if I have no idea if they have any openings or not.
I'll be not mind going back to it. Honestly, I never had a problem out there with them.
Okay, I'm going to order you released to Bethesda. They're here and say they'll take you. I don't know about Mended Breeze. I have no way of knowing right now if they would even take you. So, but you're willing to go to Bethesda?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll order you released to Bethesda. Set your next review hearing May 24th.
Sure.
And that'll make sure you get to court on that day.
All right.
Okay, so they're going to pick you up this afternoon and take you to treatment.
All right, thanks, sir.
Okay, good luck. Make it work.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus James Dismissal, case number CRB 24290 and CRB 231859 A and D. Corey Easton is on deck.
All right, and sir, you're James DeMint?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. DeMint, I think you know you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, they can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. You can't afford one. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And a right to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. The most serious is 24290, possession of fentanyl-related compound. That's a felony of the 5th degree. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fines. Alleged happened May 15th in Rome Township. Then there's case number 231859, A and B. It's alleged, this is an old case, December 20th of 2023, at 9:23 p.m. in Rome Township, you were driving a vehicle without a driver's license. That's an unclassified misdemeanor, maximum penalty is 500 hours of community service and a $1,000 fine. And that you failed to control your vehicle, that's a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. You understand those charges? Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
Not really, not just,
Have you been working?
yeah, no, I don't think that my finances are right now,
You got any income coming in?
no, not really, not to speak of it, for me.
Okay, what have you been doing? You have to do contracting, or what have you been doing?
Yeah, well, my son's actually running my business for me, and he's just, really, I mean, everything he considers my income, I mean, the way he's struggling with it.
Okay, Mr. Scott, I'll appoint you to represent Mr. Dement.
Judge, I'm actually about to take military leave. With him being in jail, I probably shouldn't, because there might be some time issues with that.
Okay. Mr. Tyler Smith. What's the state's position on bond? Mr. Dement?
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Just hold on just a second. Let's try to figure out bond first. Your Honor, it is an F5 fentanyl case. We request a reasonable bond. I know in his statement that the officer indicated wanting to get help, so might be a situation of him going ahead and starting treatment if he's interested.
I'd be agreeable to you having a signature bond if you would agree to go to treatment and have an ankle monitor placed, at least initially.
It appears that you're okay with that?
Yeah, I already spoke to OVP, but I'm sure my time is expired. I'd like to get help, yeah.
How about TTC?
I have no idea. OVP is the one I spoke to last.
I know.
Well, there's someone else, another treatment facility here that the judge is recommending.
Okay.
You want to call down?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ryan is going to call and talk with you, and then if he's acceptable, I'm going to agree to release him on a $5,000 OR bond with an ankle monitor.
That sounds fine to me.
Okay. And then when do you want to come back?
Your Honor, it doesn't really matter. I'm not available the week of the 24th, the 28th. I'm not available, but other than that, I can do before or after that.
You can do the 24th?
I'm not available the 24th. Oh, you're talking about May?
That's a Friday, yeah.
Yes. I'm in of June. I'm sorry. I should have
Let's just set it for then, next week. And if he's at the counseling center and doing well, he doesn't even have to appear. We just need to get a report that he's doing well. We can go further out.
Yeah, but bit of felony, we need a waiver, Your Honor, if we do that. So.
Yeah. Time waiver.
We'll waive time.
Okay, Mr. Dement, we got somebody talking to you. Hopefully we'll get you in a place today.
Okay.
You can do this. You've done it before in the past. We've got, you know, for yourself and your family, this has got to be a priority. We've got to stick with it. Agreed?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio CRB 24-222. Ryan K. Edwards is on that.
This is Mr. Stratton's case.
Yes, Your Honor. May we approach?
Yes.
Which one?
Corey Easton.
Yeah, that's not one of them. So there's charges here and I think go 6 months and do what they say.
Just a minute, I'll be by my.
He said 6 months and be sure he takes.
She became very outrageous.
6 months, it's been 30 days.
Yes, because she's got a fire insurance. Okay, 6 months.
She has cash on $2,500 cash. She was very out of that. They're all bad deals. You get 15, 16 people in jail every time we come in. You gotta give some.
Yeah, I don't know what's, we can come back on, well, probably next Friday.
24th?
24th, yes, Your Honor.
May 24th will be the next hearing.
Thank you.
It is what it is. Next hearing is May 24th.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Ryan K. Edwards, case number CRA 24-232. David L. Fetty is on deck.
Mr. Morgan's case set for a preliminary hearing. Ryan Edwards.
Judge, Mr. Edwards appeared to me in common pleas Wednesday upon a motion to revoke his probation. The adult probation office recommendation was that he serve the balance of his term, which is 3 years and 15 days, I believe. Ryan, Mr. Lambert is going to give you his offer to settle this case. As you know, Judge Ballard asked us to try to wrap this all up into a global settlement of what you've got pending here and your motion to revoke probation in front of Judge Ballard. I'm going to let Mr. Lambert tell you what his offer is to dispose of the burglary charge pending here.
Our recommendation, Your Honor, is that if he would plead to amend the charge being a first-degree misdemeanor, be sentenced to 6 months, serve at least 4 months. That could be concurrent with any time that he gets that common pleas if it's more than that.
You understand, Ryan, he's offering to amend the charge to a first-degree misdemeanor. And you would serve 4 months on it.
You could, that's fine. I'm gonna, he's gonna give me some time when I go back on the 29th for about 5 days, I'm sure it'll be over 4 months.
It's gonna be more than 4 months, you can rest assured, because we're looking at 3 years and 15 days. I don't know what it'll end up being, but it's gonna be more than 4 months. And I believe that Mr. Lambert would have no objections to these running concurrent. So if you were willing to do this, take him up on that, we'll be a change of plea judge.
Okay, so,
I had not
we're
looked up.
reducing this from burglary to what?
I didn't have a chance to look it up, Your Honor. Maybe if you want to recall what we're going to do.
How many cases are you going to do?
6 months.
Did you have
So it has to be.
something in mind as to what he was going to plead to?
I just received this. I don't judge, to be honest
What
with
he
you.
charged with is an F2, burglary.
I'll have to go do a little bit of looking, or maybe Mr. Lambert can land on one.
That's 6 months.
Trespassing?
It's aggravated trespass.
That would fit.
Aggravated trespass.
We were one criminal trespass, I'm going to look, see what the,
I think it's M2 though.
I think it's just a second degree misdemeanor.
Aggravated trespass.
You could get 3 months out of him on that. Maximum.
Let's see what aggravated trespass is. Aggravated trespass, code section B is a misdemeanor of the first degree.
Yeah, criminal trespass A5 is a misdemeanor of the first degree, Your Honor.
Okay, what's the statute number on that?
291121, criminal trespass A5. 291121 A5.
Got that?
There's a couple that says motions. If you just
21.
Here's the crazy thing.
No, you're right, 2911.21.
This is notes from Missy. If you just
Point 21?
Yes.
She's got to make copies and stuff.
He says A5 with the phrase, that's an M4. Add the A5.
This is how.
Just make it M1. Okay, Mr. Edwards, the state's amended your charge from burglary to trespassing, and your attorney says that you wish to change your plea to guilty to that, and the state's recommending you get 4 months and it be served concurrently with anything you get from Judge Ballard on a probation violation. Is that what you wish to do, sir? Yes?
Yes.
Anything you want to tell me before I finalize it?
I'm just trying to get off paper, like, I've been to STAR twice, and been to 3 rehabs, and I violated one time, they're trying to give me my max time, I'm just ready to get off of it, man, like, get on with my life.
That would be good. I'm not in control of, what Judge Ballard does. You'll have to go face him and you can talk to him about that. Okay? You understand that?
I do.
All right, I'll send you to what's recommended. I'm not going to impose a fine. I'll just order you to pay the court costs and sentence you to 120 days in jail. How long you been in jail now?
Just 8 days.
Credit for 8 days served, and the balance will be run concurrent with anything you get on felony probation violation.
All right.
Okay, good luck to you, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you, Mr. Carter.
I won't even set a review.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus David L. Fetty, case number CRD 24140 and CRD 231820 A and B. Sherry Fraley's on deck.
Judge, this one's mine. We're here on our first pre-trial. Mr. Fetty's been in jail approximately 10 days since arraignment. I just made Mr. Lambert an offer that he's reviewing right now.
That he would plead to this, time served, and then no contact order.
Yes, Your Honor, it's my understanding, we would agree to, or if there was a plea that would be credit for time served, there'd be a no contact order with the defendant here. There may be other charges filed, but they're not filed yet, so we'll handle this one and then deal with any if they're filed.
Okay, and what he's pleading to the aggravated menacing, and there's a traffic matter still pending to failure to reinstate driving privileges and looks like illegal backing or something that he did come to court on back in December of 2023.
Sure. Yeah, we would defer to the court on that one. For the M1 ag menacing, we'd change our plea to judge.
All right, is that correct, Mr. Fetty? You wish to change your plea to this aggravated menacing charge?
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to tell me before I sentence you?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, what's being recommended as far as the sentence?
Time served, Your Honor, probation as this court sees fit, and no contact order.
And the no contact is Kenny Ingalls.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. We'd like the no contact order not being made part of his probation.
Is that going to be a problem for you, Mr. Fetty, to stay away from Kenny Ingalls?
No, sir.
Okay. You all don't live like next door to each other or anything like that?
I live with my sister. I'll go walk away. I'll go a long way to my friend's house because I got friends that live down the line. But I promise you, I won't talk to him. I won't say nothing. I'll report him.
Okay, I think that's a good plan. I agree.
I do too, sir.
Okay. All right, I'll impose a $100 fine, order you to pay court costs.
I can't do that. I'm not letting I get no water right now, sir, because I got.
Well, hold on, Mr. Fetty. Hold on. I think we got a workaround about whether you need an OR bond or not. Just hold on a second.
Was there a number of jail days suspended or recommended?
30 days with credit for time served, balance suspended.
What's the balance he did in?
I believe it's approximately 10.
17.
So, even I was wrong.
Okay. All right, 30 days in jail, credit for 17 served. So you've got suspended 13. order you not to go around or contact Kenny Ingles, and set a review hearing for him November 15th at 9 a.m. And then on the traffic, 23-18-20, it's got a driving or suspension. It'll be a $50 fine, and the backing a $50 fine. Well, it looks like you backed into another vehicle and you didn't have insurance.
That can be paid today if I get out there.
Okay.
If I make it to repair test 50 times.
Do we need to do anything on, I mean, it's been a while, but there was actually another person's vehicle that was backed into. We need to check on.
I'm gonna have to start taking care of that as soon as I get on the out there.
Restitution for that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to delay the sentencing on that to let the state try to get a hold of that person and have them come in if they've got a bill for the damage you did. And that was, looks like, was that Drummond? Whoever it was.
I don't have that, Your Honor.
There's a crash report in the court's file. There was another vehicle struck, so they probably got some damage, I would think. They want to come in and he's not showing any proof of insurance on that vehicle, so.
If you want to recall it, we'll try to call them.
Okay, we'll do that.
Save us.
All right, I'm going to let them try to get in touch with the person whose vehicle was struck and see if they've got any damages.
There was damage, sir.
I'm sorry?
There was damage.
Okay, well, we need to see how much they're claiming.
He told me last time I talked to him, he said I had to come up with 500.
Mr. Federal, we're going to let the prosecutor's office reach out to him and see if they can get a number, okay? Or we're going to let the prosecutor's office do that.
I'll have you back. You're not going to be sitting there over the weekend before we resolve it. I'll have you back later today.
All right. State of Ohio versus Sherry Fraley, case number CRB 24255. Zachariah Jones is on deck.
Sherry Fraley is Roger Smith's case, pre-trial.
Judge, I've spoken earlier today with my client and Mr. Lemons. I believe we have a proposed resolution. It's an M4 disorderly. She has now been released from the holder that Judge Waldo had on her as of yesterday, so now we can dispose of it. She would enter guilty plea, be sentenced to 30 days in the Lawrence County Jail, credit for the 18 days she served. The balance of 12 days would be held over her head, fined up to the court, and whatever level of probation the court determines appropriate.
Do you agree with that, Ms. Fraley?
Yes.
Anything you want to tell me?
No, sir, I find guilty.
Okay. I'll make a finding of guilty, no fine, since she's been in jail so long on this. I'll just order her pay court costs, 30 days in jail, credit for 18 served, suspend 12. The review hearing is November the 15th at 9 a.m. Pay your court costs and you don't have to come back for the review hearing. You'll get out of jail today. Court costs are going to be $150 total.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Zachariah Jones, case number TRD 191370. Tyler M. Kemper Jr. is on deck.
And sir, you're Zachariah Jones.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is for a alleged failure to appear for a review hearing back in August of 21. August 24th, 2021, it was on a driving under suspension. You did do your community service according to my record, but never paid your fine. So when you did show up, you got a warrant.
I got incarcerated and I was failed to come back and check in with y'all. I was on my behalf.
Where do you live now?
In Crown City, Ohio.
Okay, and let's see. That's where you lived when this happened?
Yeah.
2nd Street?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how long you been in jail now?
A couple of days just now. I did a 60-day stint. I got released the 12th on 60 days, and I was walking to my girlfriend's, and I got arrested 2-3 days ago in this field here. That's how I know that I had that warrant.
Okay, do you want to lay it out in jail, or do you want me to just sentence you to time served and let you try to pay it off?
I would like to pay it off, but it's
Okay,
a year.
I'll sentence you to time served for not coming to your hearing. I'm going to give you a new hearing. If you pay it off, then it'll be done.
Okay, when will that be? I mean, I come there and pay it. Then can I pay payments, or does it need to be all at once, sir?
You can pay it however, whatever amount you bring in, we'll take. Until it's done, July 1st.
So I have to order today, and I have to have it paid before July 1st?
I'm going to release you today. I'm ordering your release.
All right.
Got a new review hearing July 1st. If you pay it off by July 1st, you don't have to come to court. If you haven't paid it off, you got to show up, or you get another warrant for not showing up.
I understand, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you'll get out today. Unless you got something from another court holding you.
State of Ohio versus Tyler M. Kemper Jr., case number CRB 23630, and Tracy McDonald is on deck.
Tyler Camper is 23630. He was at Bethesda and got hauled off.
May I approach?
Yes. I have a report.
Your Honor, I did speak to Amended Reeds, and they're willing to take him today.
Okay. What do you say, Mr. Kemper?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to come back. I didn't do anything wrong to get destroyed, but if I can come back, I love it. I'm growing more and more each time I'm in the program.
Well, Bethesda says they did do some stuff wrong, so we got a dispute there, but
I didn't do nothing, so.
they said that you started out really good, but you've had some infractions recently and problems with another client, alleged took some stuff. But I'm willing to let you go try to amended reads if you want to do that. Or if not, we'll have a hearing about whether you did or didn't do the stuff that Bethesda claims. How do you want to proceed?
I'll take amended reads as a table.
I'll notify him today.
Okay. I'll order you released to amended reads. And you're already on the docket for May 31st. We'll just keep that as your review hearing. All right. So I'll see you May 31st.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I just received a message that Tyler Kemper has a warrant in the ICU.
Okay.
Is he getting the maple one or no?
No. They won't be able to go until, yes.
State of Ohio versus Tracy J. McDonald, case number TRC 222574, ABC, D&E. Michael Kelly Jr. is on deck.
All right, Tracy McDonald is here on case number 222574. And Mr. McDonald, it's alleged that you did not appear for a review hearing on November 13th November 13th of 23, and got a warrant issued at that point. Okay, do you want a lawyer on that then?
They did it. They did it, however it is.
Well, I've got a report from New Life Recovery saying that you also refused to participate.
No, I was supposed to leave, so I left. They didn't like the address and all of that, but, you know, that's all I needed was to complete the program for you with an address, and so I get, you know, I gave them the address, and they didn't like it, so they told me to leave, so I left.
Okay, I'm going to order that you do a urine screen today, and then
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I actually need to go, Monday I was gonna go into, try to get into OVP, have my doctor send me into OVP, but it's not, I got arrested today, or last night.
Okay. Maybe you need something a little longer than OVP.
Well, I got all the tools, I know, you know, I've been taught what I can do to stay sober, I just, you know, kind of got out there on the mess, so I'm kind of really actually going into the detox right now, so.
So you need to detox?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to have somebody call you about that. Do an assessment.
I mean,
Okay, I'll have you back later to figure out how we're going to handle it. But I'm going to have somebody call down and talk to you first.
I mean, you know, I paid my fines and calls, so I need to police program, if you want to send me on that, I'll just go ahead and take whatever it is I gotta do. I don't really know what else to do, you know?
Well, I've already decided. I want somebody to talk to you about getting you detox. So I think you said you need it, so there's facilities for you to get detox. Let's see, let them evaluate you and get some input from them. Then I'll have you back and decide what we're going to do.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Michael Tilley Jr., case number CRA 23-165, and Hunter Tooley is on deck.
Your Honor, I spoke with Bobby Gwynn, and he's called to do an assessment on him, and he said that he declined, and he said he wanted to go to New Life, I believe, or United Family, one of the two.
Your Honor, I was representing Mr. Tilley before he allegedly failed to appear, I guess I'll say it that way. I've been in communication with Mr. Gwynn this morning, and he did indicate that he did an assessment and that Mr. Gwynn wanted to go to a new, but that they don't have a bed available. Mr. Gwynn does have beds available at RRS and is willing to take Mr. Tilley if he's willing to go there. And then, in which case, I would, if he's willing to go and the court's willing to allow that, I would ask for an OR bond with an agreement to allow him to go to RRS.
What's your position, Mr. Tilley?
I don't think I really have any choice here. There's no one who would do what he was doing. Whatever gets me out of jail, man.
Well, that attitude is not going to do it. What?
I don't know what I could say, girl. I'll be honest with you. The reason I stopped going to the rehab facility you had me at beforehand was because it was in Caldwell, and my grandmother could not continue to take me there.
Your Honor, he was attending outpatient, and there was a pretty big distance between where he was living and where he was trying to go.
He was referred to QRT at one point. Do you realize you've got a felony?
Yeah.
Does that like ring any bells in that head of yours? No? I think it just needs to go to the grand jury, Mr. Lambert. I'll set his bond at $5,000 cash or surety waive or we can set it for a preliminary hearing? I don't think Mr. Tilley's getting the seriousness of this.
I am serious, I want to get myself clean. I think, whatever.
If we could, Your Honor, I'd like to set it for a preliminary hearing, rather than taking it up directly to the grand jury at this point. We might be able to make some progress toward getting Mr. Tilley into some treatment and perhaps keeping the case as a misdemeanor.
I'll set it for May 24th for a preliminary hearing. His bond has been changed to $5,000 cash and surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Hunter Tooley, case number CRB 24292, CRB 23147, and Ron Withrow is on deck.
Okay, at the jail, I've got you muted because I didn't want to hear what Mr. Tilley had to say. So, okay. Can you hear me, Mr. Tilley?
We need to find that.
Okay, you're muted. Okay, it's still muted. So you're not coming through here. Okay, I'll try it again. You say something, sir?
You hear me now?
You can, yes. Okay, back. All right, Hunter Tooley, Mr. Morford, I think you were representing him.
I am.
And he had failed to appear back in March of this year on a pretrial in case number 23-147. He's got a new charge now. 24-292 is the new charge. It's a domestic violence. It alleges that at Fayette Township, May the 16th, he caused or attempted to cause physical harm to Ethel Curtis, who's a member of his family or household. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. And I'll enter a not guilty plea for Mr. Tooley, appoint you, Mr. Morford.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We would ask for a protection order, Your Honor.
Order him not to go around Miss grandmother. What's her name? She's here. Is this Miss Curtis? Seth Curtis? You can come back, ma'am.
Come up here. Mr. Linford, yes. This is Mrs. Curtis, Your Honor, the alleged victim.
Prior to this, back in January, Mr. Tooley was going to Pathways National.
I explained to Miss Elliott that we're asking, Miss Curtis, Ethel Curtis, that he not be a protection order, he not be permitted back. I think this is a history of, she feels sorry for him, says he doesn't have any other place to go. I explained to her, though, that until he gets treatment or help, either mental health or abuse help, that this is going to continue. I think there was windows busted out. She was scratched in the face.
It was he didn't touch me.
He did.
Yeah, you can see my face. He never touched me. He was
So,
mad.
I think to protect
Does
Miss
he live
Curtis.
with you, ma'am, or?
Yes, sir. He has always lied.
Okay.
She has some health issues that another grandson, I think, lives with her, takes care of her.
I have two that takes care of me. They live with me.
Okay. Is the other grandson here too, or?
No, sir.
I don't think, and there hadn't been any issues with the other grandson.
Okay, so you want him to come back home and live with you?
Yes, but I also, if you would, sir, I'd like to have him some help. We've been trying for years to get help for him.
Well, he was going to a place in Ashland called Pathways for counseling.
Yes, sir. But he wasn't doing
Did he
it.
stop going there, or what happened?
Well, we couldn't afford it because we was having to pay for it, and we couldn't afford all of that. But he went, and it wasn't helping him.
Okay, where do you live, ma'am?
I live in South Point.
Okay. Does he have an Ohio Medicaid card?
Yes, sir.
Why was he going to Pathways in Ashland? That doesn't make much sense.
Because they transferred him over there. From here, they transferred him there. I don't know why.
I wouldn't have sent him there ordinarily because he's not a Kentucky resident. Has he lived in Kentucky at one time, or
No, he's always lived with me.
was he going to Pathways before?
He went to this one, right here in Chassity. He went to it.
Oh,
Wow.
Path?
Uh-huh.
And they sent him to Pathways?
Yes, I guess it's where they wasn't having enough time. Or
I don't
something.
know. I didn't even know there was any connection between Path and Pathways.
I didn't either. I just know where they sent him.
Has he had treatment before all this happened? Was he getting treatment for mental health anyplace else?
Okay. When he first started having it, we had him, we took him to Columbus. He agreed. I mean, it wasn't like we made him or forced. He agreed because he was getting by, like he.
Out of control.
And anyway, he was up there for about 2 weeks. They called us and told us he was ready to come home. But they never told me anything. They never gave me any kind of medication or anything else to do. So we came back and we tried several different places to get him in or help get medicine for him. He didn't admit to me he's smoking weed, whatever that was, because he said it calms him down. Don't make him, because he can get like right now mad. And do something he don't realize it. But as soon as he does it, I'm sorry, you know. That's why I've been trying to get help for him.
She's very frustrated, Judge. She's tried a couple of places over the years to find treatment for him.
Well, the only two places that I know, I mean, does he have, you said he smokes marijuana. Is there any other substances involved?
That's all, he told me, he said, no, I won't lie to you. That's, I said, I smoke weed, but I don't do anything else. And I don't even know for sure what weed is, so.
You don't really know?
I didn't know that they're legalizing a little bit and stuff, but he says it calms him down.
Okay, Mended Reeds or someplace, or they
sorry?
do. There's a place in Ironton called Mended Reeds, if we could try to get him in there. Because that's kind of their subspecialty is mental health issues. So,
Your Honor, we are concerned for Ms. Kurtz. I think she feels bad for the grandson and kind of backs up, but I know at the time the officer was there, she had indicated that he was sweating at her face, scratched her nose. It was bleeding at the time the officer was there. And then Mr. Lenny became calmed down and did apologize afterwards, so.
He was up his, because like I said, the brothers were arguing and stuff, and he was up like this, but no, sir, he never did it. But you can see I had nothing on my face.
Adult Protective Services have been involved, and they contacted us concerned over her, Mrs. Curtis.
well, and I understand the concern, but she seems competent to me. That's one thing about being an adult. You get to make bad choices on your own if you want to make the bad choices. You know, it may not be the best choice, but what we would choose for her. But if she's competent and she's an adult, I think she can decide who she wants to associate with. If she wants to associate with a grandson that's a little bit dangerous, I don't know that we can step in and say, no, you can't do that. Mr. Morford.
Mr. Boyd, are you agreeable to go to Mended Reeds and address these issues? Are you willing to go to Mended Reeds to address these issues for which you had counseling before?
Yeah, but I felt right where I was going. I felt that was interesting. That was helping me.
an assessment now and setting him up with services. If he gets out today, that it'll be done before he leaves.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to refer you to amended reads. Is transportation an issue, ma'am? Can he get around, or?
A little bit sometimes, because I have dialysis and stuff.
Does somebody drive you all, or do you, I'm assuming you don't drive since you're,
I just drive a tiny bit, but not very much. But no, I have somebody drive me around. I have a car, but I just need a driver.
does the other grandson drive?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does he work?
A few days sometimes, but not really, no, because he's mostly helps me.
I think he's qualified as her provider. You know, she has to do
Okay.
dialysis on a regular basis, and he's
Okay.
qualified as her provider.
Okay. So were they talking about inpatient or outpatient, or do you know?
I believe that if it's true that the only thing he does is marijuana, they can get him on a mild marijuana, that way Medicaid will cover it, it'll be outpatient.
Okay. All right, I'm going to give him a signature bond, which means he can get out on his own signature. I'm not going to order at your request. I'm not sure this is the best decision. At some point, let's just say this, you know, I'm concerned about your safety, but you seem to be okay with it. But it wouldn't surprise me if something worse happened, but you're here in open court asking me to release him and let him come back to live with you,
I
right?
promise you, sir, if he ever tries to hit me or hurt me, I promise you I will turn it in, I promise you.
Okay. So I'm letting you have a signature bond because of your grandmother's request, and then we need to, he's going to go hopefully to amended reads, and we'll come back and get a report from them as to how things are going. May 28th?
Let me look, Judge. For some reason, that's ringing a bell.
Oh, that's good. I meant that Birmingham, I have to be in Columbus by 4:30.
If we can do it real early, Judge, yeah, I can do it then.
May 28th.
Could just get in the early part of your docket.
Yeah.
No protection.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Call someone if there's further problems and let them know what's going on.
I will, and thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, I will, sure will. Okay, we put that date on it so I remember.
State of Ohio versus Ron Withrow, case number TRC 164698, A, B, and C, CRB 14844, A and B, CRB 131151. And James Bentley will be on that.
That's an arraignment. We don't have to Withrow.
There must be a mark on something. Thank you.
All right, Ron Withrow is at the jail. This is on warrants for failure to appear for review hearing on all cases, an ODI from 16, disorderly conduct from 14, resisting from 13. All right, Mr. Withrow, it's alleged you didn't show up for review hearings back, well, it hadn't been that long ago. It was actually, the cases were old, but your review hearings were back in February the 9th. So it's alleged you didn't show up. You admit or deny that? I think your mic's turned off. Okay, try it again. Okay, do you have an explanation why you didn't come to court?
Yes.
I think he turned you off again. I see your lips moving, but nothing's coming through. Okay. Try it again. Now we can hear you. Go ahead. Okay. Are you living in South Point? You're in Ironton now? When did you go into the jail? Okay. Well, you know, you've been around long enough to know if you don't come to court, I issue a warrant for you, then when you have police contact, you're going to jail, you're not going home. All right? I just want, and you haven't been in here for a long time, no new cases, so I don't know if that's because you're in prison or you're getting old and you're too old to act out. I mean, when you get old like me, it's pretty easy to stay out of trouble. There's not a lot of trouble you can get into when you get old. But you just gotta come to court. I mean, I am filling the jail up with people that don't come to court. Just come to court when you're supposed to and stay out unless you want to go to jail. I mean, you know what's gonna happen if you don't come in when you're supposed to, right? Okay, I'll send you the time served. I'm gonna give you another review hearing date. July 1st will be your next review. That's easy to remember, right? July 1st. And take care of some of it. You still owe some fines and community service. You gotta get this taken care of, or, you know, eventually at some point you just have to lay it out in jail. You don't wanna do that, do you? Okay. You were coming pretty regular court, so start it back up. Just kind of put it down on the calendar or the refrigerator or whatever. July 1st, you gotta come to court in Chesapeake at 9 a.m.
State of Ohio recalls Jesse J. Bentley from Orange County Jail, case number TRD 212464, TRC 183773.
Yes.
All right, we recall this after Mr. Morford had a chance to talk with Mr. Bentley.
Your Honor, Mr. Bentley would like the opportunity to return to treatment. Taylor, I believe, has done an assessment and is willing to accept him at Bethesda.
Okay. I'll order that he be released to Bethesda for treatment and come back July 1st for his first review. And Taylor will text me if you leave immediately.
Absolutely.
And then the dogs will be let loose.
Correct. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're going to go to Bethesda for treatment.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Jesse, make the most of this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Don't leave. Come in here every time we see you clean and compliant.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls David L. Fetty, case number TRD 231820 A and B, CRB 24140, and Tracy McDonald is on deck.
You don't have the traffic file, that's
Judge, I believe the prosecutor was able to speak to the victim on the traffic case, and he had a deductible of $250.
Okay. Fortunately for them, they had good coverage. So they paid most of it. All right, Mr. Fetty, the prosecutor called the people whose car you had, and fortunately for you, they had insurance coverage that paid everything but $250. So that's all they're claiming is their deductible.
Okay, I can hear that today.
Okay. That would be great. Amazing, actually.
If I get, like I said, where do I have to pay that at?
To the clerk here at the court in Chesapeake. That's
Okay.
2318.
If I get down there to move forward.
improper backing, I'll order a restitution payment of $250 to, I think it was Roger Drummond.
Hey, how much they guarantee that?
Roger Drummond.
Roger Drummond?
Roger Drummond. You don't pay it to him, you pay it to the clerk. The clerk will send it on to make sure there's a record.
That's fine.
And a $10 fine of that. You already said $50 fine.
No problem, bro.
And let's see, on this other case, what are we doing on that, 24-140?
Is that the other traffic case, or is that the ag menacing, Your Honor?
That was the menacing.
So we're going to impose 30 days jail, credit for 17, suspend the remaining 13.
Okay. And so the other case, I think maybe I already.
You did.
24-140,
Yes, you've already done it.
did I give him a review hearing date?
You did.
November 15th.
November 15th, okay.
Mr. Fetty, you got to be back here November 15th for review hearing, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I hope so.
Okay.
You count on that.
Roger Drummond. Okay, you're gonna get out of jail today.
Yes, sir, thank you.
You are.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Tracy J. McDonald, case number TRC 222574, A, B, C, D, and E.
Okay, where's Ryan?
Ryan?
He wants to assessment, sorry.
State of Ohio versus Jacob D. Hatton here at the court, case number CRB 23756, CRC 231823, A, B, and C.
Okay, this is Mr. Scott's case, set for pretrial.
So Judge, on this one, we have a resolve in place. This is an OVI case. Mr. Hales agreed to knock that down to a reckless. Mr. Hatton just needs to complete the 3-day driver's course. I have confirmation that he's paid for that. He's scheduled for it for June 6th. So what we do.
Back after that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judge, with me being out of town, I've got July 12th.
July 12th to be done. Okay, that is a Friday. Defendant waives time, case is continued for another pretrial, July 12th.
Yeah, wait on me outside, just a second.
State of Ohio versus Kimberly D. Trout, case number CRB 24252.
It's Mr. Scott's case, pretrial.
Judge, first pretrial, this is a Walmart shoplifting case. I spoke to Mr. Lambert on this one. I believe our intention is we will enter a guilty plea in exchange for some suspended jail time, probation, and restitution, I believe, in $107.
Was there a restitution owed, or was it for the things?
I think that was the amount.
The value of the items, Your Honor.
Right.
But I don't think they left. I think they come back to it would be restitution.
All right, Ms. Trout, do you agree with what Mr. Scott has represented in the
Yeah.
court? Do you have anything you want to tell me before I sentence you?
I'm sorry, and it was very stupid of me.
Okay, I'm going to order that you go do a urine screen before I actually sentence you. So go do a urine screen, come back, and then I'll do your sentence after I get the results.
I'm on the box.
Well, it'll show up. I
Yeah.
want to see what's in there.
Okay.
Head out, and they'll get you, okay?
Okay.
State of Ohio recalls Tracy J. McDonald at the Lawrence County Jail, case number TRC 222574, A, B, C, D, and E.
Okay, you guys talk, and what's the result of that?
We're still working on it right now, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, you're talking to your folks?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you just sit there, Mr. McDonald? How long do you think it'll take to get it into?
10 minutes.
Okay, you're the last person we have at the jail, so if you want, if it's okay with the jail, we can keep him there. We'll call him back up as soon as we have word where we can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Chassity Sexman on Zoom, case number CRA 23688, CRB 23689.
Okay, I did get a report from OVP, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, appears she's compliant.
Yeah.
I know she's treating, I believe, for lung cancer, is that correct? Ms. Sexman?
I've got a couple of things going on,
Yeah.
as long as, something lung infection that I'm being treated for right now before I can do anything else.
Okay, let's come back in July. Let's make it July. What's your availability?
Any Monday or Friday, Your Honor,
Okay.
I'd be fine. Except July
15th?
15th is fine.
July 15th is going to be your next hearing. And you can appear by teleconference.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
9 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
10.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
State of Ohio versus Nicholas Atkins, case number CRB 24293, CRB 24295, CRA 24294.
Okay, so these are arraignments.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And you're Nicholas Atkins?
Yes, sir.
You can stand behind the table. And you've been handed copies of the charges.
That drive for a couple hours before
Okay, 24293 is a menacing by stalking charge. It alleges that May the 7th, 2024, in Fayette Township, you were engaging in a pattern of conduct that caused Natasha Clausen to believe you would cause physical harm to her or cause mental distress to her. The charge they filed is menacing by stalking. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. And there's case number 24294 alleges that on May the 14th in Fayette Township, you not only obtained or possessed a controlled substance being a fentanyl-related compound. That's a felony 5 possession charge. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Case number 24295 alleges disorderly conduct. On May the 14th in Fayette Township, you recklessly cause other people inconvenience, annoyance, alarm by engaging in fighting, threatening to do harm to their person or property. Also being violent or turbulent. So that is charged as a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine, no jail time. Do you understand these charges, sir?
Yes, sir. I have something to say about the stalking thing, though.
Well, hold on just a minute.
Okay.
Were you here when I explained the rights of defendants? I don't know when you arrived.
Yes, sir.
One of the most important ones is that you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything, so if you do make a statement, it's all on the record. It can be held against you. So you have that right to remain silent. You have a right to have an attorney appointed to represent you if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all those things?
Yes, sir.
The other thing you need to understand, this is the arraignment. It is not the trial. So there's really nothing you can tell me. The only issues here are bond, next court date, assigned counsel, those kind of things. You can't come in here and say, well, let me tell you, Judge, A, B, and C, and I'm going to say, no, you're right. I'm just going to throw this all out. So that there's no advantage to, there's no advantage for you telling me a bunch of facts about what you think happened. It can't help you, and it might hurt you. That's the bottom line. So, I'm going to stop you if you want to say something, but the smart play is to talk to a lawyer, not to blurt it out in open court what you want to say. Okay? Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer? Do you have somebody to hire a lawyer?
I don't have them right now.
Are you working?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm an assistant manager for a company called Take 5. It's a car wash.
Okay. How much do you get paid? That's what I have to determine your gross annual income.
$16 an hour, but I don't work 40 hours a week.
How many hours a week do you work?
About 30, 32-ish.
Okay, do you have dependents, do you have people dependent on you for income?
I have 2 kids, I pay child support.
Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. So, let's see. Mr. Scott, you're gonna be gone, Mr. Smith is gone. All right, Mr. Smith, I'll appoint you.
Yes, sir.
Well, he has posted a bond. In fact, I think he's got 2 bonds up. Let's see.
Gary's put your bond up.
Yeah.
Yes, he's got a total of about $3,000 worth of bonds up, so.
I think there's 2 different incidents he was arrested on, Your Honor.
Okay. So your bonds are continued. Is there any kind of protection?
Yes, Your Honor, we requested a protection order for Natasha Pleasant.
Okay. I'm going to order that he not go around or contact Natasha Pleasant.
Says that's not a problem, Judge.
When do you want to come back for hearing?
Judge, I'm here the 3rd, 7th, 14th, or 17th of
So
June.
you're waiving time?
Oh, yes, wait time, yes, sir.
Let's make it the 3rd, June 3rd.
That'd be fine, Judge.
June 3rd will be the next hearing on everything.
17th. Be fine, Judge, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I'll bring this close.
Table Hall recalls Kimberly Trout, case number CRB 24252.
Judge, Ms. Trout did do a urine screen. She tested positive for Suboxone, which she has a prescription for, and then morphine as well. Speaking with Ms. Trout, she is an outpatient at
Huntington Treatment Center, and I'll let my doctor know.
So you should be testing for methadone, right? Are you taking methadone?
No. No, I take Suboxone. I took a Tylenol 4 last night.
So, did you say Huntington Treatment Center, or where did you say?
Huntington Treatment Center.
I didn't know they did buprenorphine. I thought they just did methadone.
Yeah, they do Suboxone, they do methadone.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, you got morphine somewhere.
I took a Tylenol 4. And I'll let my doctor know about it. Calling after I leave here, actually.
Okay, I need a report from whoever you're getting treatment from in Huntington, and I want you to tell them about your morphine test.
I'm gonna call them as soon as I leave here.
Okay. You have a bond up, right? Is that right?
She does, Your Honor.
Yeah.
So what I prefer to do in that circumstance is not sentence you. We'll keep your bond in place. I'm going to have you come back. But there's a lot of really bad stuff out there in the community. Morphine is kind of the same molecule as fentanyl. And you get old with fentanyl,
Right.
you can be gone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, Your Honor.
Well, you know what? You can get it and not even know it.
True, but my daughter, she's in a, what is it? It's a youth academy. And I've been taking 2 drug tests for her for a year.
Okay.
and pass everyone.
I want you to come back. When are you gonna be back, July 12th?
July 12th, Your Honor.
I want you to come back July 12th with some more reports as to your treatment, and I'm probably gonna test you again then and see what you're showing.
I'll be clean.
Okay, that's what I want to see.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right.
Said it's a sentencing on July 12th.
Thank
I'll
you.
be clean. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Robert E. Hensley, case number CRB 23-324, CRB 21-345, CRB 21-346, CRB 21-222, CRB 21-1114, Robert E. Hensley.
Okay, I can't even read who's, I need to see the file.
Yes.
I've got a new position.
Okay, yes.
If he refused, I'm not gonna get it on.
I don't know if he did or not. Judge.
Because what happens is, I mean, why would you ever take the test?
Makes sense.
Because they'll refuse, then they come in and they just give them their, okay, we'll stay it. And then they'll come back 2 or 3 months later and say, well, you know what, you don't have enough evidence to convict me. And then they'll plead to something less, and they don't get any consequences for refusing, so that's my new position.
He did regret that, Judge. It was full time, 225, but he did submit. The ticket.
Okay, I'll let it go through with the test,
Okay, thank you, Judge.
not with refusals from now on. Robert Hensley. Any idea where Mr. Hensley is?
No, Your Honor.
He's supposed to be going to Cardinal.
That was the last I had.
That's what I had down there. Cardinal.
I bet that he went to go OBP, graduate, and then go to Cardinal.
Right. That was my notes, but I don't know if he did. Let's try to get a hold of Cardinal, see what they say.
I will try, Judge. I don't know if they're going to tell me they need a release, but I'll call them. If I don't have any luck, I'll have Mr. Major call them.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Lee Turner, case number CRB 24-238, 239. This is Mr. Holt's case.
Set for a preliminary hearing and pre-trial.
Your Honor, you remember correctly, we were here, Mr. Turner was in jail on the warrant for this Monday. We reset this. His wife, the mother of the alleged victim as well, indicated she didn't want to pursue this, and Mr. Hill asked that we continue it and come back so that he could get the input from CPS.
We've been in contact with CPS, Your Honor. They've done a further investigation. They've unsubstantiated the juvenile victim has indicated, based on what he's indicating now, that we're going to dismiss not only the charges.
All charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all charges are dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Robert E. Hensley, case number CRB 23-344, CRA 21-345, CRB 21-346, CRB 21-222.
Yeah, on 4/27, he punched another client and left ASA.
When?
4/27.
4/27.
Okay, he's left treatment. Against medical advice, he has not appeared here today, so it'll be a warrant issue. This was a misdemeanor, so warrant from this court will issue for failure to appear.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Alena, Pennington, case number CRA 24-180, CRB 24-181, PRC 16-1593, A through C.
Mr. Stiers' case set for preliminary hearing and pretrial. Yes.
Thanks.
So my reading is making progress with things still left to work.
That would be my take as well, Your Honor. I'm not sure what sort of a time frame you'd like to come back on.
July 1st.
July 1st, let me take a look. I am available.
Next hearing will be July 1st. 10 o'clock. You're making progress, Ms. Pennington.
Thank
Keep it
you
up.
very much.
She's doing really well, Your Honor.
Good.
State of Ohio recalls Tracy K. McDonald at the Lawrence County Jail, case number TRC 22-2574, ABCD and E.
Tracy McDonald is at the jail on teleconference. Can you hear me, Mr. McDonald?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, and then Ryan is here from TTC. What have you got to report?
We can accept him. I just wanted to clarify, are we taking him only for detox?
Well, he says he needs treatment.
Well, that's why I'm asking, Your Honor. He's pretty adamant that he's only going to do detox.
I've spent almost the last 2 years in treatment. I think I know what they can teach me. I am in a bad way right now, but I can't get it.
Well, let's get you detox and come back and see where we are then. We'll make some further decisions. How long do you think that'll take?
It varies, yeah. A week safe, yes.
All right, I'm going to order you released to the counseling center for detox, and I'll see you in a week, and we'll make some further decisions in the plan going forward. May 24th, so you'll get out of jail today to go to detox.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Britney and Caldwell, case number CRB 13-1057, CRB 13-1153, A and B, set for sentencing.
Mr. Morford's case, set for sentencing, she's at Bethesda.
May I first, Your Honor?
Yes.
Great. I got moved to sober living yesterday.
You what?
I got moved to sober living. I got divorced and I got my driver's license.
Ms. Caldwell was transitioned to sober living Friday, no. Yesterday, I'm so sorry. And we're gonna kind of test the waters with some freedom and see how we go.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
Great.
You look good.
Thank you. And I got my driver's license back.
Judge, she's doing exceptionally well. She's got her driver's license back. She got her freedom back Wednesday. I guess she got a divorce, and it's thinking all positive.
Okay. Looking for work now? Or is
Yes.
that one of the next steps?
And then I want to go back to school in the fall.
Okay, good goals. Let's see, set a bunch. Okay, July 1st is not as bad as I thought. Let's set it for then. July 1st will be your next hearing for sentencing.
Thank you, Ellen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Cody A. Kelly, case number CRB 18292, CRD 18628, A and B, CRB 16661, CRA 14498.
Mr. Morford's case, set for sentencing.
If I can get the holder off my driver's license, because I'm in the process of trying to get my driver's license back, and I missed my doctor's appointment, and my wife has missed a doctor's appointment to see if I could be able to get someone a little bit earlier instead of being.
Good what?
If I could be able to be early, or where it's on Fridays, I have doctor's appointments on Fridays.
See if you want to move it to Monday.
It don't matter, or an earlier time on Friday.
Well, that can't be good.
Right.
Mr. Morford?
Judge, he's wanting to try to get the holder on his driver's license lifted. I don't know exactly who has the holder on it.
It's for unpaid tickets.
From a ticket?
Well, it's for
From
this,
this court?
yeah, for unpaid,
We had one in 2018, traffic matter then, but that shouldn't be holding you up now, I wouldn't think. Unless he didn't pay it. 18628 was a driving under suspension and failure to display plates. It was actually knowledge, so that's not holding. That case got knowledge.
Who has a holder?
I would have to.
There was, the only thing he pled to in that incident was a resisting, and it was a CRB case.
My wife
The
can.
traffic got dismissed.
Your Honor, so there was no DUI or anything like that? They said that there was a holder from Chesapeake, and then there's also a holder in Huntington, and we're just trying to take step by step.
Okay, well, Chesapeake, it could be the mayor's court.
Okay. I wasn't sure, we was just trying to see if it
There's
was.
a Chesapeake mayor's court.
Okay.
And they, if you got a citation in the village, you got to deal with them, so.
It's in City Hall, right by.
Right by the bridge.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, is he, are you paying anything on your cases
I
today?
have $50 today of it. I mean, it would leave me flat broke, but I mean, I paid $500 last month. I was gonna see, I mean, if I have to, I would give the $50 up to, you know. But
That's correct, you did. Okay, I'll let you slide.
Thank you, Judge.
thank you, Judge.
July 1st will be your next hearing, and remember, you can come out and do community service.
Yes,
You
sir.
get credit on doing those days.
Can you see about the, where it's?
Your Honor, I have a question. We both have appointments on Fridays, And I missed mine and he missed his. Is there any way that he could be seen earlier or no?
Mondays, I'm setting the next one on Monday.
Okay, yeah, it's just Fridays we go to our doctor. Sorry, thank
July
you.
1st is a Monday.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Judge.
Get these taken care of and you can quit coming back.
I know, I'm trying to. Thank you.
Take care of these and don't get any more. That's the way you have it.
Oh, yeah.
State of Ohio versus Daniel L. Lucas, case number PRC 231414, A, B, and C.
Mr. Smith's case, sentencing.
It is, just Bobby gave you a report. Did he give you one also?
He did.
Okay.
I have that. If you want to show it to them.
That's what I'm saying.
I have it.
I'm not friend.
He did inpatient before, didn't
I saw the crossroads.
Yeah.
And then the club on the car.
Gotcha. He completed inpatient, and he did the outpatient, so he's done everything that's been asked of him. So I think we're ready to go ahead and sentence at this point.
Okay.
And I talked to Mr. Hill. He did 27 days in jail, and we talked about making this a second offense and counting that as his jail time. 27 days you did?
Do you have knowledge of that, Mr. Lambert, or not?
No, Your Honor, I don't. I don't have the, let me see if again if I had the file.
Okay, well, I would prefer them to come back.
Okay, it's fine,
I'm
Judge.
sorry, is this Lucas?
Lucas, yeah.
Let me see.
He did a lot of time in jail.
September 31st, October 26th.
Gotcha. So I was here since second offense credit.
Yes.
Actually, I was here, Your Honor.
Okay.
I think we would agree, based upon completion of the treatment, agree to plea as a second offense credit for time served.
Whatever fine, suspension up to the court. And he has had the club on his car this entire time. I assume that could be removed.
With the second offense, there's still going to be some mandatory jail time.
Yes, he did 27 days.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I was hoping to get credit, and we have to at least 10.
All right.
For some reason, he was in the end of September till almost the end of October.
Okay, anything you want to tell me, Mr. Lucas?
I'm at your mercy.
Okay. Now, what's your status with your counsel? I know you've been at it for a while. Are they saying you're totally done, or are you just still doing outpatient? What are you going to do?
They said if I ever feel the need that if I need to get a group in or something, that I'm more than welcome to come in. I've been attending AA meetings over here at St. Anne's. I go there Friday evening. Oh.
You're turned around.
But I head over there after work usually because I ride a bike. So by the time I get across the bridge, I'm right there on time. I sit there. I picked up my 9th
Where
chip.
do you live?
Still in Burlington.
Oh, okay. So
Right there by Kevin.
You're coming up 52 on bike.
Yeah. Or I stay on the back roads too. I'm on a bicycle.
I understand.
I got helmets and lights and.
52 is not, I ride on 52s on dudes. Pretty crowded with traffic, especially in the evenings. So.
And I will make a copy where he completed May 15th as outpatient. And previously completed inpatient.
Yeah.
Or just make a copy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, congratulations for completing that. I'll treat this as a second offense. I'll impose a $500 fine. I think it has to be $525. $525 is the minimum on a second. Or you pay the court costs. A 1-year license suspension. That started though September 30th.
Yes.
30 days in jail, and I'll give you credit for 27. Serve, suspend 3. I'm going to make it 2 years of level 5 probation. Jail time's been completed. Treatment is completed.
The only other thing, Judge, he still has a club on his car. The state, his mileage is not interested in a forfeiture of the vehicle.
Okay. Impoundment at his residence, which was Addie's residence?
Yes, it's been there since October sometime.
Yeah, when
They put the club on.
yeah, they took it in from the yard it was held at, and they dropped it in at my driveway. I mean, it's not even in operable condition right now. It's,
But you still
the
want it
alternator's
off.
messed
Yeah,
up on
I'm sure
it.
the highway patrol would like their club back, probably.
I'll order that the club be removed on his personal vehicle. You have to take that to the patrol post.
Yes.
And get them to come to.
I'd have to take the car there to get it?
No, the order.
No.
The order.
Oh,
You can't
I was like, it's not driving?
No.
You gotta take the order to the patrol post.
Yes, sir.
Here we call it a judgment entry. We don't call it
Judgment
an order
entry.
here.
Correct.
You can get that from the clerk. And his review will be November the 15th. And, oh, we need some community service too. 60 hours of community service since this summer. Speak with Mr. Major about your probation and your free gift.
And I could do extra community service to help pay for some of these fines?
You can, yes, sir.
Okay.
He'll talk.
Okay.
But don't leave till you back to Richmond. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you. Don't go backwards. Keep
Yeah,
on forward.
don't.
I carry these with me now.
State of Ohio versus Kenneth Roberts, case number CRB 23-142.
It's Mr. Stratton's case.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Roberts has completed everything he was required to be completed by the court. We came back this sentencing because I believe the victim in the matter wasn't at the last one, so we set it for today. So she's here today, and so hoping that we could wrap up the sentencing today. Since he's done everything he should, I ask that the case be dismissed, but we can talk about that.
Okay, let's hear what the state has to say.
Ms. Roberts is here, Your Honor. She wanted to speak to the court, so I told her she could do so.
Okay. Now, there has already been a plea. Right?
Oh, yes, this is
There has
sentencing.
been a plea, so this has been set as a sentencing.
Right.
Ma'am, you can go ahead and tell me what you want to tell me.
Well, I had thought about speaking to the court, but I have changed my mind because I have a new life now, and I want to put this in the past, and I'm going to move on.
Okay? So, I take it from that, you're taking no position, you're not telling me any input you want me to do in this case. Okay? What about you, Mr. Lambert? You got anything you want to say to the court?
Yeah, let me see. I think he's already planned for sentencing. We'll leave it up to the court, Your Honor, with the victim now being satisfied with the, whatever the court does.
In Your Honor, let Mr. Roberts actually speak to the court too about what he's went through and what he's been able to accomplish.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
If this didn't happen, I was for sure going to die. I was bad off on drugs, and I thank you, and I thank you. I thank you so much. I appreciate everything, from the rehab to everything I've done. Thank you.
But the prosecutor's always, Your Honor, I'd like to say that we were prepared to take a different position had it not been for the victim coming in and saying at this point she's satisfied moving on, and Mr. Roberts not being as successful with his treatment. So I guess what I'd say is, you know, our office will tickle this. If we ever see a file again, we will take a very strong position on anything that comes before our office.
So this was actually filed as violation of protection order. Has there been, that was back, wow, over a year ago. Charged. Has there been any problems since he started treatment?
No, sir.
And do you feel any need for the court to make any orders about him staying away from you, or has that been not been a problem?
It hasn't been a problem at all.
You're not requesting that I make any further orders requiring him to stay away. Is that
No.
correct? That's the way I'm taking it, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. That's correct?
It's been fine.
Okay. And I take it from what the state is saying, you are not going to object to being dismissed at this point for successful conclusion?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Matter will be dismissed, sir. Congratulations, and hope you continue to do well, and ma'am, that you get a good new start too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Dana Howard, case number CRB 24-235.
I thought I saw him sitting there just a minute ago.
This is Mr. Stiers' case. This is Mr. Howard, it's on teleconference.
He and the victim were both here just a moment ago, and looks like neither one of them's here. Let me, if I can step outside and see if they've stepped out, I apologize, Your Honor.
Please step into this agenda.
State of Ohio versus Donald J. Wilson Jr. Case number TRC 07-2723 AT&C.
What was the name, Your Honor?
Donald Wilson Jr., that's you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is on, he has a bond up now, so it's on an OBI. Okay, so what are you going to do on your case? Are you paying anything on your case today?
I'm doing the community service, and I wanted to work off the fines if possible.
Okay.
I talked to Mr. Major about that today.
I'll set your next hearing for July 1st.
Okay.
10 o'clock.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's the gentleman on, we've got another gentleman on teleconference.
Looks like he's.
James Conley, sir.
James Conley?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, were you ever set for today?
Yes, I was for, review hearing.
Okay, well, we passed those up a long time ago, but we'll look and see.
State of Ohio versus James Conley.
I don't think my,
Okay, we've got your file. All right, James Conley is 22-27-20, 22-25-37. Okay, you've made some payments. You still owe some, and you still owe some community service. Correct?
yes, sir. I just got a new job where I'll be able to get more hours in on my community service, more than my shift now, so I'll be able to get down there in the morning and be able to get the community service hours in.
Okay, I'll cancel the warrant. I issued the warrant this morning. We thought you didn't show up, so I'll cancel that.
Yeah, I'll be on here for a few hours. I just didn't, I didn't know how to.
Well, I would suggest maybe next time that happens, call the clerk's office and say, I've been on here.
All right.
Okay, so you don't have anything to pay today?
I can leave like $20 in there.
Okay, go online, pay $20, and I'll put your next hearing for July 1st. It'll be at 9 a.m.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I do want him. Oh, she said she was here. She's still here.
Our fifth nation too.
Okay, Dana.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Dana Howard?
Your Honor, I thought I saw him here. Apparently, the person that I thought was him wasn't him. I apologize for that. I just called him. He has his days mixed up and thought today was Thursday. The victim has also left, so I think we probably need to reschedule this thing. So I'm going to ask that his...
Wasn't there supposed to be a house key trade
Just
off or
a
something?
key, yeah. I think she was told she didn't have to be here, just.
She came this morning
But she did come this morning. I think the big thing was he was supposed to bring a key and.
Did that happen? Did the house?
No, Your Honor, and he didn't get his personal belongings either.
Okay.
But she's still willing to give that to him, but he's not coming to get it.
I'd like to ask to continue this matter, Your Honor.
Okay. Seems like that was a big deal when they were here, and then he doesn't show up. It was just recently, he was here Monday, right?
I don't know if it was Monday we were here, but we were here very recently. Yeah, we were here Monday.
To that. Yeah. He was gonna get.
Oh, he's gotta be here.
When do you want to do it? How about Monday? I won't be here. It'll be good.
I won't either. That sounds good.
That's settled. May 20th. It's gonna be.
I will tell him to be here Monday and also to mark his calendar.
Bring your dinner.
Get hold of her.
She don't have.
She don't have to be here.
Yeah, we told her that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Recall Charles Johnson II, case number TRC 21-1257. Your Honor, this is the one that actually is a Lawrence County prisoner, but is housed in the Gallia County Jail. That's the reason he did not appear this morning.
Okay. Well, I guess he can't be here if they send him to Gallia County. So let's reschedule it. Monday? Reschedule for Monday, the 20th. 21-1257. And we can do him by teleconference if I assume. Yeah, they got a brand spanking new jail that they took our money that we turned down. That we said we couldn't build a jail for $15 million, and they built a jail with it. And I bet they got teleconferencing capabilities too.
I'd say.
Is that it? Court's adjourned.
Oh my gosh. I'll look those, I'll have to go figure out what happened to those.
Separate stack for them or?